what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
What a gorgeous day it is here in Kansas. It's a real sporting focal point. The Royals got off to a great start last night. We're about to start this one, Kansas Speedway. Chase Elliott keeps himself in contention and wins in Richmond. The 14 of Cale Conley, heavy contact.
Jones running second, he bobbles. Keselowski will win at Kentucky.
Way to go, Brad.
Regan Smith is back in this championship fight like you wouldn't believe and wins the Hisense 200 at Dover.
Wins never hurt.
Oh, and into the wall goes Kyle Busch in the 54. A season sweep for Austin Dillon. He'll win at Charlotte.
Is that enough to whet your appetite? It has been a wonderful year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and it's far from over. 4 races left, and this one will play a pivotal role in the 2015 championship. Let's head to pit road and we say hi to Marty Snyder.
Hello, Lee, and we heard a moment ago Bubba Wallace will start today in a backup car. That may not be his biggest issue, however. Wallace has been sick the entire week, and he told me a moment ago last night was the worst part of it all. He's really been battling a tough head cold. He slept 13 hours. He's hoping that being sick behind the wheel doesn't mean problems on the racetrack today, Mike.
And Marty, just before buckling himself in the race car, I had a brief conversation with Ty Dillon. He comes across as very confident and told me he believes he has a car. He can compete inside the top 5 all afternoon. But what about the championship scenario? 4 races remain. He's 38 points back. I asked him, do you think you can climb back into this championship race? He looked me straight in the eye and said, I don't think I've ever been out of it. Dave?
Mike, just over 2 hours ago, Chase Elliott was in the final round of qualifying, but crashed. That was his primary car. This is his backup car. In the primary, he had about 3 hours of practice. These will be his first laps in the backup car. Kelly?
With his 7th straight top 10 finish last week at Charlotte, Chris Buescher extended his championship points lead over Chase Elliott to 26 points. More good news for the 60, of course. They're starting at opposite ends of the field while Elliott will be trying to make his way to the front. That's where Buescher will start, but he said it won't change how they run their race. They're not strictly points racing, but will be mindful of where their closest competitors are come the midpoint of this race, Diff.
And Kelly, Chris Buescher just saying, we're going to manage the risks. I'm still going to go after it, but we'll manage our risks and look after this championship lead. Time now for the command.
Race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, please welcome Regional Sales Manager for International Gaming Technology, Walter Gaddy.
Drivers, start your engines!
Fired up, when you're ready. AC, shut it back down. Drop to it. Fired up. Fired up. Fired up. Hold up. Top 20 by lap 4. I think he's going to do better than that.
It's that eclectic mix of young stars, Sprint Cup heroes, those in their final race and those trying to win a championship. It'll all unfold when we come back. NASCAR on NBCSN is brought to you by X1 from Xfinity. Will change the way you experience TV. and by Castrol GTX Magnatech. Instant protection from the moment you start.
Give them hell, have fun.
Yes, sir.
Lost it, Tyler. You are going into the wall so hard.
Chris Buescher played him like a fiddle.
Regan Smith will win!
Get the brooms out. A season sweep for Austin Dillon.
We're excited simply at the prospect of seeing more of the same today as we welcome you to our live coverage of NASCAR Xfinity Series racing, and we congratulate the pole winner, Matt Kenseth. It's his third here at Kansas, and that's the most of all drivers. Starts right alongside the points leader.
In row 2, we have Regan Smith, who matches best star of the season today, and Kyle Busch, who won this race last year.
In row 3, we've got Ty Dillon just sitting in 4th place, 38 points behind our point leader, and our rookie, our fast rookie, Daniel Suarez, leading the rookie points right now.
Multiple drivers have been behind the wheel of the Junior Motorsports 88. Today, it's reigning Sprint Cup champ Kevin Harvick alongside Brendan Gaughan. However, Brendan will be moved to the back. He'll be one of a handful of drivers going to the back for unapproved adjustments post-qualifying.
Row 5, Austin Dillon with 4 wins this year, and Joey Logano, a 2-time winner at Kansas.
Brian Scott, 4 times a runner-up, still looking for his first win, and Chase Elliott will be going to the rear as you saw his crash going to a backup car.
The 43 of Dakota Armstrong makes his best start since Chicagoland in June, and we already told you about the trials and tribulations. Darrell Wallace Jr. racing with a head cold and also racing in a backup car.
And row 8, Ryan Sieg, his 3rd race at Kansas, and Brendan Poole, unfortunately, making his last start of the season.
In row 9, we've got a pair of Roush Fenway teammates, Ryan Reed and Elliott Sadler.
And we scoot back to the 10th row. Yes, you see that to the rear graphic next to JJ Yaley. He, like Brendan Gaughan, one of those who made unapproved adjustments, he goes back. But starting on the 10th row will be the 01 of Landon Castle. All right, Jeff Burton, who you got on the line today?
Regan Smith, Jeff Burton, you with us? Hey, Regan, it's Jeff. You with us?
Yeah, Jeff, I got you.
All right, bud, you guys have won 2 times this year. You're still 34 points back. Tell us what your hopes are to win this championship, if you can get it done or not.
Well, I definitely think we can get it done. You know, the best way to do that would be to win 4 races in a row. Short of that, we've got to have a little bit of help from that 60 car. So we're going to work hard today to keep the pressure on him. He's been pretty quick all weekend. We're going to do what we can to keep the pressure on him and see if we can't get Taxler up front and notch a win off here.
All right, we'll all be watching. Have a good day.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
And the important thing to remember with Regan Smith is that he has sliced 17 points off Chris Busch's lead. Of any of the contenders, that is the most. So he's got some momentum, some good momentum on his side, as we'll keep an eye on the TaxSlayer.com number 7 for Junior Motorsports. DC Solar brings us this in-car view for Brennan Poole. And as we mentioned a little earlier, it's Brennan's final Xfinity Series race of the year. He's really enjoyed this season, learned a lot, continues to. How about Ty Dillon in the 3 with thanks to Xfinity? We will be going to this camera a lot because he is one of our championship contenders. It's a big, important day ahead. We just mentioned Regan Smith spoke to Regan. This is the Chevy onboard looking at the 7. Where will he be? How are the Cup guys going to get involved in this championship race? Will they impact? Will they affect this guy in particular? Chris Buescher, with thanks to Ford, will have this view. And we'll get that interesting shot there of the eyes. The focus, the pressure. So far, you've got to say that the pressure has not affected Chris Buescher. We want to say thanks to Smithfield Foods providing today's aerial coverage. We thank our partners at Smithfield. So, ready to go. It is a cool day. There's a little bit of a breeze, but as you can see, it is a gorgeous afternoon to go racing. Let's take a closer look at Kansas Speedway with today's track facts presented by GE.
Yeah, we're looking at the corners right there. That interests me, 17 to 20 degrees, a little bit of variable banking, which will allow that second groove to come in for some side-by-side racing.
And we see the back straightaway is 2,600 feet. I'm sorry, the front stretch 2,600 feet and the back stretch 2,200 feet. And I think the big thing about the banking, if we see green flag pit stops today, there's a huge difference between the banking on the racetrack and on the apron. It makes it very, very difficult to get on this pit road. So if we do have green flag pit stops, let's see if anybody misses pit road or actually spins getting onto pit road.
We're going to keep a watchful eye on the 9, the reigning series champion, Chase Elliott. But first, let's eavesdrop. Let's have a listen to some team radio.
Good luck, everybody. Thank you, everybody. That was good, hard work, and I feel like we did everything right there. So we'll have a good run today, and appreciate everybody working in. And everybody listening on the other two teams, thank you for your help.
Big team push at Junior Motorsports. If you're just turning on and wondering what that's all about, Chase Elliott crashed in qualifying in the final phase of qualifying. Just coming off turn 4 right here, lost control of the car, had to go to a backup car, and that puts him at the rear of the field. It'll be a spirited drive, that's for sure. Matt Kenseth on the pole. Kansas Speedway ready as everybody's on their feet. It's time to bring the action. Look at Regan Smith down low. Inside, championship leader. He's going to take the fight to Chris Buescher, and forcefully so.
Buescher has to hope they didn't make contact and have a left rear tire rub. That looks very similar to what we saw Kevin Harvick happen to Kevin Harvick a few weeks ago.
Kyle Busch rounds up Daniel Suarez. He's on the low side. Matt Kenseth leads the way. Will lead the opening lap here at Kansas Speedway. Ty Dillon, good start. Chris Buescher has gone from that front row back to 7th.
And what a huge difference in track position. Now he's got to pass all these guys just to get back what he already had. So not a good start at all.
Yeah, then we got a spinner, we got a car on the wall, somebody backwards there. Okay.
The 15 of BJ McLeod, he had a really nervous moment in qualifying earlier today where the car just got away from him. He actually caught it reasonably well through 3 and 4, skipped across the grass and returned to pit road, and unfortunately BJ brings out our first yellow of the day while running in 23rd. All right, early days. What did you make of that one? Not a great start from Chris Buescher.
No, not a great start, and it actually allowed Regan Smith to get to his left rear quarter panel, and that slowed him down. When that slowed him down, they put him 3 wide, and that just sent him to the back. Again, we talk about that air. No, it's not just a matter of dirty air making your car handle. It will add drag to it and slow it down. Let's take a look and see what happened to BJ.
You see BJ's way up the racetrack. Just got loose getting in the corner and had to chase it up the racetrack. Ended up getting loose, even looser yet, and got into the wall. And you know what we saw at the start with Chris Buescher, he got put 3 wide. Somebody drove underneath him, and now you see these cars are 3 wide. So that's a product of this racetrack. You've got this really wide apron on the bottom of the racetrack, just past the start-finish line. Drivers are going to use that to their advantage. This isn't Daytona, this isn't Talladega where there's a rule. So you're going to see a lot of times 3 wide getting into turn 1 on restarts.
Early on, Chris Buescher in the green and yellow Advocare Ford. Look at this. He's just getting roughed up by his title rivals. Look at that. Just gets squished in between Ty Dillon and Regan Smith. And on the outside was Joey Logano. He just got swamped.
He did get swamped. And think about this. Chris Buescher and his team, they've been fast all year. They've led the points most of the year. They've been fast all day today. They were fast all day yesterday. Qualified second. Already in the first lap of the race, they have adversity they have to deal with. Let's see how this young driver and team can deal with this adversity.
Probably not a bad time for the caution to come out, actually. Time for Chris Buescher to gather his thoughts, catch his breath, regroup, get going again. You can watch a live stream of every Xfinity Series race with NBC Sports Live Extra, available on your laptop, tablet, smartphone and connected TVs as well. NBC Sports Live Extra brings you closer to every race. Great to have you with us here on your home of motorsport, ready to get going again after an early race caution. We put the focal point on this restart zone. It's gone from 90 to 180 feet here at Kansas Speedway. We've digitally enhanced those lines. Those red lines aren't actually on the track, but drivers right, they can see the yellow section on the wall, and drivers left down on the grass you can see. Ready to go. It was a very promising start initially from the orange Aris Toyota of Daniel Suarez. He starts alongside Joe Gibbs' teammate Matt Kenseth. Here we go, back racing in Kansas. Keep an eye on that green and yellow car. Point leader Chris Buescher. He needs to be on more solid ground after a shaky start.
Much better start this time. Nobody driving underneath him. I think he's going to pick some spots up on this start.
And Ray, he just got muscled, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. We were kidding around about the old Valachi crunch there, but having a car, when you get put in the middle, it can damage the fenders, and that's what I'm concerned about. Right now he's got no tire rubs, but did that hurt the car aerodynamically? Because he did have contact on the right front fender, and then that will make your car tighter than you want it to be.
Ty Dillon on the outside. Regan Smith, really promising restart as he chases down the two at the top. Kenseth and Kyle Busch. Bubba Wallace pushing his Roush Fenway teammate along. And Harvick has to get out of it a little.
Oh, that's such a good feeling. The 60 car, Buescher clear, and Dillon was letting him run wherever he wants to run. That feels so good when you're able to clear somebody. It's just unbelievable how hard. When the three cars right next to you trying to pull the air off your spoiler, it's so difficult to get through the corner. It feels so good to clearing.
And that was a little bit of help there from his teammate, Darrell Wallace. Those guys been working together, and he gave him a little bit of shove to get by. We saw the draft work actually in qualifying, and it looks like it's going to be working here during the race.
How about Suarez right around the outside? That 18 has been quick. In fact, you're looking at Buescher and Suarez. Both led a practice session each. Buescher was quick, rolling right off the hauler. Was very impressive. Suarez was quickest in happy hour, and they've both been featured drivers all weekend as we pick up the 33 of Austin Dillon. Last weekend's winner in Charlotte. 4 times a winner this year.
It looks like we've got 2 solid grooves already. Guys are side by side early in the race.
Suarez said there were 3 grooves. He was about a Marty.
Hey guys, under that last caution, you guys have been talking a moment ago about the damage on Chris Buescher's car. They asked Kevin Harvick in that 88 car, drop back, check out the damage. Here was his report.
It's pushed in right in front of I'd say about 2 o'clock on the rear tire. It's pushed in. I mean, it's just flat. Nothing. I don't think it's going to rub or anything. It's just pushed in right there. That's really the only spot that I see. The front fender is perfect. 10-4, thank you.
And Jeff, sometimes that's your job as a driver, isn't it? Another team asks you to be honest and tell them, is the damage very bad? And drivers have the best perspective, don't you?
They do have the best perspective. The question is, are you going to be honest? That's the question. But, when you got a guy like Harvick, you ask that question, you're going to get an honest answer. But, that's common courtesy. We see it every week with teams. Even if you're racing up somebody for a championship or for a race win, that's common courtesy. So we see that quite often.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be slowing them down either. Back up in 4th position and closing on Regan Smith in the number 7.
The big story today involves the reigning series champion Chase Elliott. Crashed in qualifying, forced to go to a backup car. Here is the number 9 Napa Chevy. How good is he going? He is flying. Not only the 9, but the 62 as well. Chase Elliott has made up 23 positions from starting at the rear of this field. 23 spots in 12 laps.
It's going to start to get a little harder now as you get to the better cars. Ross Chastain, Reed, these cars are going to get a little more difficult to pass, but still he's passing really good cars. He's in front of Brendan Gaughan. So good advance.
Dave, tell us more about the 9.
Just to explain further to the viewers, the things they take off of the primary car, shocks, springs, air intake manifold, carburetor, fuel cell, that all takes time. 2 hours was barely enough time for them to get it all done. The crew told me there was nothing unusual about the swap over. He just has to start from so far back. And at the beginning of the race, he could have pitted under that first caution, but he hadn't yet had a good read on the car, so they decided to stay out, Marty.
Dave, Chase Elliott storming up through the field with Brendan Gaughan in tow right behind him. What happened to Gaughan? Well, in qualifying, you dive all the way to the apron here at the Kansas Speedway, and they think they picked up a rock or something on that 62 car. A rock went into the alternator, knocked all the belts off the water pump, so they had to replace the alternator and the water pump in the 62 car. That's why they went all the way to the back today to start the race, but now they're coming back up through the field. There you see, started 38th, now 17th, Lee.
Last couple of races for Brendan haven't been the best. Been a little frustrating with a 15th and 16th place result. The way he's going today, the way the driver of the 62 and the 9 are going, it could easily be a top 10 day. Enter today for your chance to win a 2016 Ford F-150 plus a VIP trip to NASCAR Champions Week in Las Vegas. You can see the 16 drivers who qualified for the playoffs live on stage at NASCAR After the Lap, sponsored by Ford and Sprint. To enter, simply go to NASCARAfterthelap.com. Welcome back to Kansas Speedway. Quite the race going on here between championship leader Chris Buescher and the 7 rival 7 team and driver Regan Smith. These guys, Kelly, have been going at it lap after lap.
And it's a battle for that 3rd position. You know, Regan Smith in that 7 car has gained 17 points on the championship leader Chris Buescher the last 3 races alone. This place, though, Kansas, Regan has mixed feelings about it. He said, 2 years ago I loved it. Last year I hated it because we came here really excited, expecting to do really good, and we just weren't. But it has been a strong start to this race. Started 3rd. That's where he runs now. Regan Smith saying his car's getting pretty tight, though, already on that run. And now you see Chris Buescher as he continues to make his way around him. It was not a great start for Buescher, who dropped from 2nd to 7th on the start. And here's what he had to say about it after.
Everything all right in there? Yeah, we're fine. Spun the tires a little bit, then pretty wide. Yeah, 10.7 wouldn't put you in a bad spot early. Yeah, ran into our door and pushed us up into 3, so it's all right. He's not fast enough to stay ahead of us.
And you see Buescher just making that pass to get by Regan Smith. You know, restarts is something the team has been really working on with Chris lately. Admits he's been spinning his wheels a lot. The team's done some things to try to help him. They've made changes in his gearing and the throttle springs, and he's been a bit frustrated because he said he was really good on restarts back in his ARCA days.
If you were saying to yourself at home, gee, Buescher sounded pretty relaxed and calm on the radio, that's because that's how he is. That's Chris Buescher. At 22, he's extremely mature and doesn't really let much phase him.
I love that. With all that's on the line on top of that, you know, they've had trouble, as he said, spinning the rear tires. He had it there, racing for a championship, fast car, got set back immediately, but you would have never known it. By his tone of voice, you sound like he was leading the race and everything was great. So I love that attitude.
Especially at 22 years old with those things and not that much experience. And he mentioned something there, and we talked about the restart lines before. I applaud Kansas for not carrying that paint across the racetrack, because sometimes on these restarts, that actual paint strip will start those tires spinning. And, you know, you can see what happens if you don't get a good restart. But his car looks really good now. We watched him working the bottom underneath Regan Smith there, and now he's driving away from him.
Let's take a closer look at Chris Buescher and how this race began and what he had to deal with, because he got swamped immediately from the 7 of Regan Smith, goes down low, got into the side of the 60. That kind of just got Chris just out of step, just interrupted his cadence. Then Regan loosened him up a little bit. Then he got swamped. Ty Dillon one side. There's the Valachi crunch that you were talking about. One side to the other. Ty Dillon to Regan Smith. They were all in there. And then he had this interesting duel with Regan Smith, which we now know that he has won out and moved ahead of the 7 to get that 3rd spot, and he's driven away from him, Jeff.
Yeah, he has. And one thing we know, nobody's going to make it easy on Chris Buescher. He's the point leader. He has everything to lose. Everybody's trying to catch him. So they're going to do everything they can to put pressure on him on restarts. Anytime they can get near him, they're going to put as much pressure on him as they can to try to force him into some sort of a mistake.
The top of your screen, if you see those yellow numerals, points as they run now, championship points as they run now, and that'll just keep you updated as we progress throughout this 200-lap event. Daniel Suarez in the 18 now gets on to the back of Regan Smith. He made a super start, got us all excited when he went 3 wide earlier in the race, and now Suarez, who's running 5th. So it's Kenseth, Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Smith, Suarez, Darrell Wallace Jr., Bubba runs in 6th at the moment. Then Harvick, Logano, Ty Dillon, and Elliott Sadler. Where is Chase Elliott? He continues his forward move. He's had a brilliant one. He's up to 15th from 40th.
And as we approach these laps now, we're about halfway on fuel and tires, and we're starting to see the pressures built up. The cars that are working good are coming out. Notice the lap times really aren't slowing down, so it looks like Regan Smith's cars may be fading a little bit. Some of those other cars going forward, but right now you pretty much know what you've got. We've run long enough to work some rubber down in the groove, and you've got a pretty good feeling about how your car's going to handle. So you're already communicating with your crew chief. What do you want on the next stop, if anything?
Daniel Suarez has been able to clear Regan Smith, but all may not be well with the 18. Let's have a listen. He wasn't singing. That was him trying to articulate the vibration problem that he's got.
So he's learned a lot from Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has helped him. Well, he learned that from Kyle Busch too, because I've heard Kyle Busch do that several times when he had a vibration.
Look at this, going up right around the outside of Jimmy Weller is Kevin Harvick in the 88. Cleared him easily, got around Darrell Wallace Jr. Now set his sights on Junior Motorsports teammate Regan Smith. That's a little further back in the pack. Up front, Matt Kenseth in the 20 leads and leads well. Hey, Jeff Burton, other than being date night, what's Wednesday night?
Wednesday night's rivalry night.
It is.
Rivalry night.
It's the night you love to hate, and the Philadelphia Flyers head to Beantown to face the Bruins. Boston has yet to win at home, losing their first 3 games of the season on home ice. They'll be looking to rectify that. That's 7 Eastern on NBCSN as we welcome you back to Kansas Speedway. Ty Dillon, we ride with at the moment, and Ty is running in 9th place, trying to force his way forward. Race leader is Matt Kenseth, and he leads by almost 3 seconds over Kyle Busch. Chris Buescher is nicely positioned in 3rd. We need to talk about the 4th place man, the 88, Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, look who's coming now. You know, he's worked himself way up the racetrack. Look how high he is. As soon as he moved up the racetrack, started working that top end, he ended up being one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, and now he's starting to catch the back of Buescher, so he's using that top line to his advantage. And who's surprised? I mean, who's surprised to see Kevin Harvick up there by the wall? He does it every single week.
Some speeds at the line there, and like Jeff said, no surprise to see Kevin Harvick high, no surprise to see the driver of the 88 the fastest as well. Let's talk more about Harvick. Here's Marty.
And that's about the 8th consecutive lap, Lee, that he has been the fastest car on the track, as you guys mentioned, now up to the 4th position. There you see him again with all that momentum, and that's what it creates, Jeff. When you run that high line, it's tremendous momentum from the center of the corner off, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, when it works, you get the center of the corner, that thing starts making ground on the guy in front of you. By the time you get to the start-finish line, you feel like you're running 30 miles an hour faster. So it's going to be interesting to see now if Chris Buescher, who's the point leader, if he's going to follow Kevin Harvick up there, if he's going to try that top line, which it looks like he is. I thought he might just stay on the bottom where he was the most comfortable, but he saw Kevin Harvick making the top work, so he wanted to go up there and try it also.
It looked like Kevin was 30 miles an hour faster. He just swooshed on by. Already had some pretty interesting and intriguing radio transmissions today. Let's have a listen to one inside the 54.
Those guys out back starting to widen the track out even more, so holler if you see anybody's lap time, you know, really look good.
Rick is probably the one who's been looking a little better the last few laps.
Yep, he's one of the ones up top. You doing what you're doing here, those guys, 5th, 6th, 7th, starting to widen the track out some. Harvick's up, P4, you know, a little bit off the wall.
So Ray, I always thought it was a huge advantage being a Cup driver running the Xfinity Series. You know what, if I wrecked, so what? It didn't matter. I wasn't racing for a championship. It's a huge advantage to be a Cup driver coming to this series and just be here for one thing only, that's win this race. And you see the first ones to stretch the line out, that's guys that really don't have anything to lose.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. We said, look, it's about train your brain. You know, you're getting ready for tomorrow, but you're getting comfortable in your environment. And when you've got a car that acts very much like the Cup cars and you're on the same tire, you know where you're at with pressures. You know how soon the groove's going to come in. I want to tell you that top groove came in a lot faster than I thought it was. 30 laps they were up there, and he was going fast. But let me ask you, now that everybody else has seen him do that and they move up there, are they going to mess up the groove for him as they put the rubber and stuff down?
Well, it's better if you're the only one up there, because just from an aerodynamic standpoint, when you're up there by yourself, you have clean air. The more people that get up there, the dirtier the air is. So, you know, I think that groove will continue to be useful. I think it'll continue to be an advantage. But when the guy in front of you moves up that line, he takes the air away from you, and that can be a disadvantage.
Updating you on Chase Elliott. He has dropped to 16th, so he went rapidly from 40th to 15th, and then he's kind of just parked, and Brendan Gaughan has been able to get by him. They're those two guys who just charged through the field. Time to head to pit road. We start with Kelly Stavas. Kel?
Matt Kenseth in the 20 car started from the pole position, continues to lead this race, but the weekend didn't start off so smoothly. In practice one, they had a pretty significant vibration. Crew chief Mike Wheeler told me they tried everything. They remounted the drive shaft, changed tires, changed parts. It didn't really help. Practice 2, they changed a few more parts. They got a little bit better. He thought they were a 3rd to 5th place car. Now they continue to lead right now. He's just saying that he's loose into 3 as the pace backs up. Marty?
Kelly Bubba Wallace told me earlier today he was a little surprised by the speed in the backup car. He went from 10th to 6th, but now you see him falling backwards. Car getting way tight for Bubba Wallace. Ty Dillon trying to steal another spot there. And Joey Logano again. A lot of action in the back of the pack. Mike?
And you can understand why this team, the 3 team, was so confident coming into the race as you watch him maneuver by Bubba Wallace and now door to door with Joey Logano. They had a little bit of an anxious moment early on. We saw the collision with Chris Buescher. Nick Harrison jumped to his feet, immediately picked up the binoculars and was looking for damage on the left rear. Lee?
Thanks, Mike. As Darrell Wallace is slowing. What a weekend it has been for Darrell Wallace as he heads to pit road. Tell us more, Marty.
And the reason they're coming to pit road here a little bit early, the leaders will come in about 6 laps or so. The right front is going down for Bubba Wallace. That's why the car suddenly got so tight for those guys. So they did catch it in time. You see them make it to pit road here. And as we mentioned, the car was tight. It was loose before that started happening. 4 Goodyear tires for Bubba Wallace, and now caution out on the racetrack, Lee.
So this isn't going to be as big of a penalty as you would think. Darrell Wallace is going to be a lap down, but he'll stay on the racetrack. Okay, so he'll stay on the racetrack this time. Everybody else will pit. He will end up being back on a lead lap because he'll get the pass around. But, you know, lucky for him that the caution came out when it came out. The other thing was what would have really worked for him was that it would have stayed green. But while he was on pit road, the caution come out, slowed everyone down on the racetrack versus him going back on the racetrack and have lost that amount of ground while they were still going at speed. So if you're going to have the caution come out, the sooner it comes out when you're on pit road, the least amount of damage.
Saw that debris on the backstretch. Reason for this second caution of the day. And Bubba Wallace was 7th at the time of pitting. So we'll see where it all shuffles out for him. And while Kelly was doing her report, you may have noticed the 9 of Chase Elliott going down a lap. Matt Kenseth just blew on by. So great opening stanza for Brendan Gaughan and Chase Elliott. However, that would not have been a pretty sight to see the 20 just drift on by. So it's making Chase Elliott's day and the task of trying to defend his championship even harder.
So the 62 is going to get the free pass. He's the first car lap down. So that also is a disadvantage to the 9 of Chase Elliott. Had he been able to stay in front of the 62, he would have been the guy that was the free pass and would have been able to stay in the lead lap. So, you know, little things can make huge differences as this race develops.
Well, we take you back to a little earlier today, and quite dramatic scenes, Ray. This shocked us all.
Yeah, he got loose and got in the wall, had to go to a backup car, and, you know, unfortunately, you know, he moved up really quickly, but like Jeff said, as he reached faster cars and they ran a little bit longer, his car might not have been as good as he wanted it to be, and ended up going a lap down to Matt Kenseth.
And he was a little unfortunate, to your point, Jeff, because it wasn't long after that Kenseth got gone that the caution came out. I mean, he was so close to getting that wave around.
And you know that as a driver, that they're telling you what car you have to be in front of, and you're pushing as hard as you can to get to that guy and try to get in front of him, but obviously he just wasn't able to do it.
Now, the good news is he can come in now, make some adjustments. It's a long race, and hopefully get back up in a position and get that free pass and try and move forward. But he's got a little bit of work to do on that car.
And with a backup car, he may have more to gain than some other people. He has had no laps with this car, so, you know, little changes may make a bigger difference on his car compared to the other cars that have been worked on all weekend long.
Here we go. Diving to pit road, things are going to get very busy, and Marty Snyder is right there in amongst it. Marty?
Top left hand of your screen, Kevin Harvick went from 7th to 3rd using that high line. He said the car's tight, but he said I honestly would adjust the splitter. It still feels like it's on the ground. Half pound in the right front tire and a wedge adjustment to get the back of the car down just a little bit, Mike.
Kyle Busch pretty happy with his race car. Lap times have been very competitive. Just a little 3 in 3 and a little bit tight off. They made a wedge adjustment or tire change, Kelly.
Championship leader Chris Buescher pits from 4th. He said he's a bit on the free side. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment, a track bar adjustment for Goodyear tires at Sunoco Fuel. And next to him, that's Matt Kenseth, who's led every lap of this race. He said he was good through 1 and 2, just a little loose into 3. 4 tire change for the 20 car as well.
The race off pit road brought to you by Geico. And a productive stop there for the 17. Regan Smith up 3 spots. NASCAR Mobile is the best way to follow your favorite drivers. You can build your own leaderboards, listen to in-car audio, and watch live in-car cameras. NASCAR.com/mobile is the place to go. Welcome you back to Kansas Speedway. It's the Kansas Lottery 300. Second caution of the day due to debris. And we've had quite the shuffle through pit stops. Let's talk more about Chase Elliott in the 9 with Dave.
Lee, the original plan for Chase when he was on the lead lap was to come down pit road when there was a caution with the leaders and go under the hood to make an adjustment to the left front. They feel like the splitter is up in the air. But when they went a lap down, they decided they couldn't spend that much time. Ernie Cope told them, we're just going to work on the wedge at the rear of the car. They took 2 rounds out of the right rear, 3 rounds in the left rear to try to get the car back into the track for Chase.
Need to tell you about 3 drivers penalised for speeding on pit road. First, it was Bubba Wallace. We saw him come to pit road just before that caution flew. The big news is the championship leader has been caught and speeding through zones 2, 3, and 4. So it wasn't just a little isolated incident. He was doing it for a big chunk of pit road.
Yeah, so 2 mistakes early, spinning his tires to begin with, and now speeding on pit road. He's got to go all the way to the back, a huge penalty. And then his teammate, who caught a break when the caution came out, but he sped on pit road as well. And so he was not allowed to get a pass around. So now Wallace actually cost him a lap, this penalty did. So 2 teammates with major issues.
And the other one, the third car, was Ryan Sieg. We're going to do another lap under caution. We'll go racing when we return. Live NASCAR racing here on your home of Motorsport NBCSN. Welcome back. Lee Diffie, Jeff Burton, Ray Evernham for the Kansas Lottery 300 on a gorgeous afternoon. It's cool, it's a little breezy, but conditions perfect to go racing, and it's been pretty much a perfect day so far for the 20 of Matt Kenseth. Got his 3rd career pole here in Xfinity Series competition earlier today, and has been the dominant car, has led all 50 laps thus far. Ready to go back racing. See the restart zone there highlighted. Kenseth and Busch lead the field as we go back to racing. A quarter of the race done. This 200 lap, 300 mile event, and the championship leader buried at the back of the pack.
You see the cars immediately fan out the 3 wide there. We're going to see how strong Chris Buescher's car is. I'm going to tell you one thing. As his crew chief, one of the things I'm doing right now is making sure that the RPM I've given him is right, because he sped through 3 separate sections, and that doesn't seem like a mistake. Might have the wrong RPM listed for him. I'd back that thing up a little bit.
What about the day that Regan Smith is having in the 7 as we go back? Look at this. The green and yellow Ford Mustang, Roush Fenway Racing's Chris Buescher is just going to need to weave his way through this traffic at the back of the pack very carefully and get back up to where he should have been.
Chris was very patient, did a really good job. There was 3 wide, even 4 wide in front of him at times. He really took his time, picked his way through there slowly. Real impressed with no panic. Again, he made a mistake, got himself in the back. But you cannot panic. You just have to go back to work and methodically pick these spots back up.
Right, there's plenty of laps left. He's got to pick and choose his spots. The only thing I'd be worried about, we saw that footage from last year where he got caught up in something that wasn't of his own making. He did restart in 14th position, but it was at the tail end. So he's got a lot of ground to make up. I think he's got a fast enough car to get there, but he's still got to be very cautious.
Earlier this weekend, young Chris was asked about how do you feel about being an under the radar kind of guy? People don't talk about you a lot in the same vein as, say, perhaps a Chase Elliott. And he said, hey, it suits me fine. He said, I'm not here to be flashy. I'm not here to put on a show. I'm here to win races and a title.
But he does have the talent. There's no question about that. I've been extremely impressed with him. And, you know, this could be a year-defining race. This could be a race where they look back on and say, you know what, that cost us a championship. Or this could be the race where they look back on and say, you know what, we got in a hole, we dug ourselves out of it, and that's the race that determined we were the champions. So this is a big race for these guys because they've dug themselves a hole.
And it's shown that it will show whether he's got the maturity and he can keep that patience and whether he wants to fly under the radar or not. You know, there are people talking about this kid in a big way in the Cup Garage about that he is very talented and sometimes punches above his weight, takes a top 10 car and gets a top 5 finish with it. That's the kind of driver that you want that will take care of your equipment and win you championships.
Junior Motorsports, the 7 and the 88. Regan Smith, Kevin Harvick again displaying how much he enjoys that high line.
Yeah, look how much faster he is leaving the corner. Caught Regan Smith on the bottom. He was, you know, the car, you saw Regan get loose, had to chase the car up. Harvick's on the top just rolling, cleared everybody. And what's amazing, what's interesting to me about that is how quickly he went to the top. A lot of times we see the top work, but only after you run a few laps. He's already there. I mean, a few laps after this caution, he's already gone to the very top. So that surprises me that the top is that good that early. There's a lot of Cup drivers watching this race right now. Really excited to see where Harvick's running.
This is a high-speed track in excess of 190 miles an hour. Grab that remote control, turn up the volume. We're going to take a ride with Ty Dillon.
Unbelievable, you know, the off-throttle time here. And it sounds like he's lifting, but when he's lifting, he's still going 175 miles an hour.
That's what made that big broadside save by Kyle Busch yesterday in final practice just unbelievable.
You know, it amazes me, Jeff, how little these guys are turning their wheels. I mean, they turn a little bit to the left and then back to the right almost all the way through the...
Yeah, over the last several...
Caution's out debris, 3 up high. Caution's out 3 up high.
Third caution of the day. Second one for debris. So, what was a negative has turned into somewhat of a positive for Darrell Wallace Jr.
Yeah, Darrell was a first car lap down, so he will get that free pass that he was not able to get the last caution because of the penalty. So that got him the free pass. And his teammate Buescher, although he only made himself up to 13th, remember, he had to start at the back of the field. He was behind every car, the lap cars and everybody. So now on this restart, he will be able to start with all the cars on the same lap as he's on.
And Jeff, agonizingly so, for the second consecutive yellow, Chase Elliott has been the second car away. He's been watching somebody else get the wave by. It was Brendan Gaughan on the last caution. Now this time, it's Bubba Wallace.
This is an interesting pit stop to me. I don't think that you're going to see a lot of people pit. If they do, you're going to see 2 tires or fuel only. We just have not seen an advantage in tires. The only reason you would pit now is that you feel like it gets you in a window so that you can finish the race maybe on one less stop if you pit now. So you'll see what pit strategies people are planning for the rest of the race right here on this pit stop.
You know, if you're Chase Elliott, I don't think that you can pit either because of all the cars that are 1 lap down. If you come in to adjust and make your car better, you're going to go all the way back behind those guys. So he's got to hang out there and try and hang on to that position now as the first car 1 lap down.
That's right. You see everybody pitting. The ones that are pitting were the ones that were pretty far back. Lead lap cars pretty far back in the pack. They're probably going to just do fuel. No need to waste a set of tires now. They're not an advantage anyway. Just get fuel to try to push yourself further in and have an advantage. Dave?
Austin Dillon's been unhappy with his car. The dominant car last weekend has been slow. He said when he was challenged on how he wasn't making any progress early, they said he told them that I just can't even catch up to these guys, Kelly.
Well, it was a strategy call for the 60. Fuel only stop for Chris Buescher, who was caught speeding on pit road last time down. This time, fuel only.
And he was able to leapfrog the 33 of Austin Dillon. So, perhaps a harder day of work than Buescher expected, but he's making strides. NASCAR on NBCSN is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and by X1 from Xfinity. Will change the way you experience TV. Lovely shots, and it has been a beautiful weekend here in the Heartland. We would like to say thanks to Smithfield Foods. Our partners are supplying us with these amazing aerial shots. Time to check in with Kelly Stavas. Kel?
On his first time down pit lane, Chris Buescher in the 60 car got caught speeding in zones 2 through 4. Here's how he responded hearing that news.
Just gotta be patient working through this traffic here. Well, you know, Dale, just keep me calm. Sorry about that. I have a hard time believing it. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I know what you mean. But you do know that groove just widened out. That'll help us here. So just be smart and smooth, man, one at a time.
Went on to say, please just keep me calm. He's been back down for a fuel-only stop and will restart 12th.
It's always terrific to eavesdrop on crew chief driver communications. Not such a happy one inside the 7. Have a listen to Regan Smith.
What the hell did you do to it? Put a round in the left rear. One round in left rear. And let's not touch that the rest of the day, because that just ruined this race car.
Did he say just ruined the race car? The adjustment.
I think he said more than that, but he didn't like the adjustment no matter what.
And you know, the poor crew chief, he's sitting on the pit box saying, it's one round. That's it. One round. You know, that you wouldn't think that would ruin the race car.
What a day it's been for the 2013 winner of this event, Matt Kenseth. He has led all 62 laps thus far, ready to go. End of the third caution period. Back at it at Kansas Speedway. This 1.5-mile oval has been dominated so far by Matt Kenseth. Will this continue? Logano is all over him. Look at the 22 down low. Joey's been quietly creeping his way forward. Suarez down low. Harvick's right in the middle.
Power move there by Daniel Suarez past Kyle Busch on the bottom.
Couple of title contenders here on track near each other. The 3 of Ty Dillon up high. Look at that red number 7, Regan Smith, right around the outside as he tucks in behind Dillon. We'll continue to update those points, and literally with that move, it just changed with Regan Smith in second in the championship as they run right now. It's going to change many more times before we get to lap 200 later this afternoon.
Chris Buescher really on the move back up into the top 10 right there, right on the back of Brendan Gaughan, Regan Smith, Ty Dillon. All those cars ahead of him, 2 of them directly relate to points. His car is strong, pulling down on the bottom of the 62 of Brendan Gaughan there.
This is where it gets difficult. Entering turn 1 underneath the 62, he's going to have to shallow his entry up, change the angle of his corner entry because the 62 is there, but he's able to clear him pretty easily.
Chase Elliott fans, your man is running in 16th at the moment, 1 lap down in a backup car after a qualifying crash. Made terrific progress very early on and has just been a little unlucky not to get that wave around. He's been the 2nd car in the line, so it's going to be a long afternoon for the reigning series champion.
You see these restarts, everybody has to be really aggressive because it is so hard. Look at the 3 car, get in the corner, gets up the racetrack, runs the 1 car up the racetrack. The 7's on the outside of him. The 1 has to really check up. Cost the 1 about 5 spots. He had to slow down to keep from running to the side of Regan Smith, and they just power drove by him once he had to do that. And as a driver, you remember that. You're not happy. Next time you see that 3 car, you're like, okay, buddy, I remember what happened.
You guys really don't keep track of that stuff, do you?
Just by the year, that's all.
And last week it was the driver of the 54 who helped the driver of the 18. Now they're wrestling on track. but nobody's got anything for Matt Kenseth. As we welcome you back to Kansas Speedway, let's go down to the Toyota Camry on-track car.
Yeah, we saw Chris Buescher early in the race get put 3 wide and people banging into the side of him. We were worried about a tire rub, and the reason why is look how close the tire is to the fender. Imagine when the car travels, how much closer that quarter panel gets to the tire. So, you know, you're really, really worried in that situation where you've got the car damaged, the fender's going to rub the tire, going to rub a hole in the tire, you're going to have to pit to keep it from rubbing a hole in the tire. A lot like we saw with Kevin Harvick in the Cup race a few weeks ago where they ended up cutting their tires. So when you're the point leader, the last thing you want to do is be banging fenders with somebody because you could come out the loser.
Race leader, Matt Kenseth.
And he's not banging fenders with anybody because there's been nobody able to stay close to him today.
I mean, Busch, Kyle got close. Suarez has had his moments, but at this time, Matt leads by more than 2.5 seconds. Back to the second place of Joey Logano. Then Kyle Busch runs third in the Monster Machine. Behind him, Daniel Suarez, Kevin Harvick, and then Brian Scott in the 2, Ty Dillon, Regan Smith, and Austin Dillon. Chris Buescher runs in the 10th spot.
Kyle Busch in his 54 car, you know, you always have to keep an eye on him. We've seen so many races where he'll run second or third. We think about Kyle Busch dominating all these races, but many of the races he's won them really, really late where they made the car better. He did a good job on the last restart. So you always have to keep your eye on these guys. They're so good at keeping up the racetrack and making changes. Although he's running third right now, if I'm Matt Kenseth, that's the one I'm worried about.
And this track will continue to change. We saw that in practice yesterday. There were guys that were really happy with their race car early in practice, and by the time the practice was done, we saw them sawing at the steering wheel. So this place will continue to change. And this is really the latest in the day that we've even been on the racetrack with the Xfinity cars.
Kyle Busch looking for a way by the 22 as they come up on traffic.
I have to believe at some point today lap traffic's going to play a factor. These guys are so much faster than the lap cars. I mean, the closing rate's just unbelievable. I just have to believe that's going to be an effect at some point.
And if you've got to get out of the gas for a lap car, you know, again, we saw that in qualifying, how it just takes it takes the speed out of the car.
As we fast approach the halfway mark of this race, not too far away, Matt Kenseth has led every single lap. It was a nightmare weekend a week ago at Charlotte Motor Speedway on the Sprint Cup side of things. He said, we closed the book on that on Monday. I got on the plane, I went to Phoenix and did 3 days of testing. It's been a really busy week, but this is the perfect way to help erase the memories of last weekend.
Oh, it is, and I think busy's a good thing. I think when you have a bad week, going out and being in the race car, testing, being with your team, trying to do something together to be better, I think that's the best medicine after a bad week.
Well, it just keeps you in that rhythm. You know, when you put that stuff behind you easily and come out. And he has run really, really good in these Joe Gibbs cars. Well, we talk about that. Now, that wiggle that he just did, 180, 185 miles an hour. Come on, Jeff, what's that like?
Well, you can see how much it didn't look like if Kyle Busch wasn't behind him, you wouldn't have realized how much it slowed him down, right? I mean, when he did that, Kyle Busch just flew by him, and you're saving that car. At that point, all you're doing is trying to prevent yourself from wrecking. You're trying to prevent yourself from hitting something really, really hard. You don't think about speed anymore. It's just, hey, don't wreck this race car.
How many laps before you breathe again?
Oh, you're going good now. Once it's over, it's over. You get going pretty quickly.
And remember the bigger picture with Joey Logano in the 22. Joey's a two-time winner here in Xfinity Series competition at Kansas. However, there is another championship at stake, and that is the Owners' Championship for the captain, Roger Penske. Leads the way and could wrap the championship up for the 3rd consecutive year at the Texas race. But there's a lot of work to be done. Caution is out for the 4th time today. Cale Conley in the 14.
He has made some contact with the safer barrier.
I'll have a replay for you momentarily to show you exactly what happened to Cale. And he is the catalyst for this 4th caution on the day. So finally, things work the way that Chase Elliott wants them to. That is, he's the first car a lap down. He will get the wave around and be back on the lead lap. Here's what happened to Cale Conley.
You see him up by the wall. Just looks like I couldn't tell if he got loose, if he got tight, but obviously he got in the wall, and then it just, I've made this comment several times, the wall just sucks you in. It seems like once you get into it, it's hard to get off of it, and I really couldn't tell why he ended up first getting in the wall. Right front's down. I don't know if the right front went down before he got in the wall or after he got in the wall. And one thing, too, I don't know what impact this is going to have. Remember, we had Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher. We had those two guys, as well as Ryan Sieg, on pit road on lap 60. Everybody else is on pit road on lap 47. So I think everybody will pit this time. I think even the guys that pitted on lap 60, I think you'll come in and pit. This will negate the opportunity they had for an advantage, but they didn't lose anything by pitting when they did.
Right, but this will put them in a window. There's that window that we talk about. This window, you will be able to go one more stop from here if you pit. Most people will. And it looks like all of the leaders are coming, Jeff.
Pit road is about to get busy. Race leader brings them onto pit road, Kenseth, and we check in with Mike Massaro.
And certainly one of Kenseth's biggest challengers has to be Kyle Busch. He's pretty happy with his race car right now, Lee. Says he's good on exit, but they want to concentrate on working a little bit on his entry. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment and just right sides for Kyle Busch, Dave.
3rd place, Joey Logano comes to pit road for Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel. They were speaking in code. This is the Diet Coke. That means 2 right sides, Kelly.
Daniel Suarez said he was tighter in traffic and the car does not want to rotate through the center. You saw 2 tire change for Daniel Suarez. There was also a round of wedging it, and then for the 20 of Matt Kenseth, also a 2 tire stop. He's happy with his race car.
Kevin Harvick will be slightly frustrated losing 4 positions. However, it was good for Austin Dillon gaining 3.
Hello, my name is Daniel Suarez, and I drive the Adris Toyota Camry number 18. I grew up in Monterrey, Mexico, all the way north from Mexico. When I was younger, I was racing go-karts, and pretty much what we started, my dad and myself, we started as a hobby, started to become a racing car. When I'm not in a race car, driving a race car, I'm working with my old toys, trying to have some fun, and it's pretty much what I like to do.
You haven't had a chance to meet Daniel Suarez yet. He is a really nice young man, extremely talented, leads the Sunoco Rookie of the Year standings at the moment, and comfortably so over Bubba Wallace. Both drivers, incidentally, graduates of NASCAR's Drive for Diversity program. And isn't that inspirational to other young? Look how young they are as we show you some of the ages of these stars in the Xfinity Series. Isn't that inspirational to other young upcoming drivers to see that you can get there, you can do it? It's NASCAR's Drive for Diversity program. Wonderful initiative that's been around for a long time now and producing stars like Bubba Wallace and Daniel Suarez.
Oh, it absolutely is, without a doubt. And I'm going to tell you, Daniel Suarez has had speed. He has been fast in everything that he's sat in. And we said all he's got to do is learn how to race. And he's been putting together a string of top 5 finishes and really doing a great job. When he breaks through for his first win, and it may be today, there'll be more coming. This kid is really talented, has impressed me a lot this year.
Getting ready to go back to racing. We will highlight for you who took 2, who took 4, who is where. One thing we do need to tell you, though, is that the 54 of Kyle Busch got caught speeding on pit road. That's going to hurt. It's going to help Suarez and Brian Scott, who are up in the mix. Let's go racing in Kansas.
I see Suarez pushing Matt Kenseth past Joey Logano.
Matt Kenseth picked the inside every single restart except for the initial start of the race. He picked the outside. From then on, he's been on the bottom. It's kind of surprising, to be honest.
Is he picking that because of teammates behind him?
I'm assuming he's looking in the mirror and making that decision, but I'm not sure. I'd have thought he'd be picking the outside, but it's working for him.
3 wide and right up high is the championship leader, Chris Buescher. Has had a mixed day after getting really muscled and shoved around on the initial start of the race. A violation on pit road, speeding, and then has worked his way back from the back of the pack very carefully, asked his crew chief just to help keep him calm, and he's been very level-headed. He knows what's at play because at the end of today, only 3 races remain in the 2015 NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship.
And his car has been extremely strong on the bottom, Jeff.
Yes, it really has. And he's on 4 tires right now. He's one of those guys that stopped and did 4 tires. They really weren't going to pick any spots up by doing 2 because so many in front of them did 2, so they wisely did 4. Why not do 4 if you're not going to pick up any spots?
Hey, I agree. I think 4 was the right call. I'm going to hold my card for 2 for later on in the race when it counts, and I really feel better on 4 tires with not that many cars on the lead lap because the pressure left to right is a lot more balanced.
Let's go back to this restart and take a look at the 18 and the 20.
And here we go. This is teammates. This is why he might have went to the inside. And watch the 18 get up behind him. He'll push him. Well, 2 motors are better than 1. He pushes him right past the 22 car. It's like a locomotive, man.
Yeah, we've yet to see the outside line team up like that. He's picked the inside every time, and it's worked for him. But if the outside line is able to get bumper to bumper the way the inside line has been, and you can roll in on the outside on that restart, I think you ultimately have an advantage, but no one on the outside has been able to do that yet.
We promised you that we would keep you up to date with Chase Elliott, the 19-year-old from Dawsonville, Georgia, starting 40th and last in a backup car after a qualifying crash, went as high as 15th, then dropped back to 16th, went a lap down, missed the pass around twice. He's now on the lead lap and runs in 12th. The day's not done for Chase.
No, and more importantly, he got a couple pit stops in now, and you saw them make a huge adjustment. Had the left front wheel off, got underneath the hood of the car, so he needed a big adjustment, and he got it on that last stop.
Well, it wasn't just Daniel Suarez and Matt Kenseth providing the action on that restart. Let's take you back and show you from Dillon's point of view. Ty Dillon this is. Watch this.
I think Ty was going to the left thinking it was going to be a wreck, and he didn't go down here to miss it.
Harvick, Wallace, Dillon, they were all going everywhere. So the order is Kenseth, Logano, Suarez, Scott, Smith, Harvick, Wallace, Buescher. The Dillon brothers round out the top 10. And Brendan Gaughan, who's had a really nice run from the back of the pack in the South Point Casino Chevrolet, The 62 has been on the move right from the drop of the green. Logano and Suarez fighting over second place. Joey holds that in the 22 at the moment. And we told you about Kyle Busch getting caught speeding on pit road, and he is making speedy work, Ray, of coming back through this field.
Yeah, using that top groove and keeping that momentum up, as we talked about before. His car is good. We have not got to see how good, but boy, watching it come around that top line is amazing.
Tell us more about the 54, Mike.
Well, Lee, as we were talking about before the speeding penalty, Kyle was pretty happy with his race car. Felt sporty, was running in the top 2 most of the afternoon, but once he got dinged on pit road, they made a little bit of a strategy move. Now, initially, they just took right sides, but because they had to start tail back, Chris Gale called them back to pit road. They put left sides on. So he actually has 4 new Goodyears on that car. They also topped off with fuel, but they made the best of a bad situation, Dave.
Mike, third time was a charm for Chase Elliott. 2 times earlier, he was nearly in the position for the free pass, but he didn't get it. This time, he was the free pass car, so Chase was able to come down pit road, and as Ray mentioned, make some lengthy adjustments with the left front wheel off to that left front suspension. He just felt like the left front of the car was not turning. You can see now it's pretty well just into the track, just a little light between the splitter and the racetrack, and that's what you want to help these cars handle. Lee?
Thanks, Dave. We're going to keep an eye on that as we are nudging up right against the halfway point of this Kansas Lottery 300. Kansas Lottery 300 continues. The NASCAR Chase app is the ultimate way to support your driver during the chase for the Sprint Cup. Customize your favorite driver's nation flag, get help filling out your chase grid, and a whole lot more. Download it today from the App Store, Google Play, or via NASCAR.com/chase. Guess what time it is? It's time to go through the field, and we start with Kelly Stavist.
And we start at the front with Matt Kenseth, who's led every lap of this race. This is his final Xfinity race of the season, and he comes here after 3 straight runner-up finishes. His crew chief, Mike Wheeler, I should say, said that being his last race definitely gives us extra motivation. If we don't win with him now, it won't be this year. And he's been so instrumental to this team, even as a part-time driver. I think he's enjoyed being back in Xfinity, and we've enjoyed having him. Right now, he's being asked to save a lap and a half of fuel. Meanwhile, for the rookie, Daniel Suarez, he leads the Rookie of the Year standings, and he has certainly impressed his crew chief, Eric Phillips. He said, we have 2 goals coming into these weekends, to be the best Xfinity regular and then to figure out how to compete with the Cup guys, the 54, 20, and 22 on a weekly basis. Well, they've been doing just that today. You might remember they had a vibration early in this race. Turns out they did not have a loose wheel. They think it might be a header vibrating, Mike.
Joey Logano told crew chief Greg Irwin of the 22 that it was just not enough on that last run, the adjustment they made. It was too free as it ran. So as Brian Scott now gets underneath the 22 and battles with him, they only took on right side tires and gave him an air pressure adjustment.
And Dave, Brian Scott also took right side tires, and his car, as you can see, able to work the bottom groove as he gets up underneath Joey Logano. He came over the radio not too long ago complimenting his team for the adjustments they've made since the beginning of the race, saying the balance is real good and it's real consistent. Really happy with the race car right now, Marty.
Mike, when I talked to Dave Ellens, the crew chief for Kevin Harvick this weekend, he said it's the same car they've run with Harvick for much of the year. He has both of his wins in this race car, and he's made that high line work the entire day. He was the first car on 4 tires on this restart, restarted 9th, and he's up to 5th right now. On the run before, the car was so loose, Harvick said he almost spun out. They went down 3 rounds on the track bar. That's a big adjustment in that 88 car. Kelly?
Chris Buescher, the championship leader. We saw him go 3 wide early in this races, which is exactly what his team owner, Jack Roush, does not want him to do after he was aggressive last week at Charlotte. Jack basically sat him down and told him that he needs to play it a little more safe. He also suggested he talk with 2-time Xfinity champ Ricky Stenhouse, his teammate, about what it was like racing for the title. So he had that conversation with Ricky. Chris Buescher saying that he was a little bit too free on the throttle the last run. They made a track bar adjustment, and it was a 4-tire change for him on his last time down pit road, Marty.
Kelly, when Darrell Wallace Jr. was asked last week to grade his performance this year, he said, honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say a 4 right now. He said, but a win would pick that up a bunch. You see Kyle Busch trying to pass him for that 7th position. Right now, Wallace says a car still loose out there. They've been struggling with that for much of the afternoon. Mike?
Marty, as we mentioned earlier, when Kyle Busch got busted on pit road, they decided to make another stop for lefts and to top off with fuel. And Chris Gale, as crew chief, thinks maybe that might work to their advantage.
KB, most guys here are short on fuel. That's coming back down and topping off. We're 1 lap short in this window and 1 lap short in the final window. So I just, when you get a chance, save me about a lap of fuel and we'll stretch in case it goes green. The other guys are more than that short, 2 or 3 short.
And fuel mileage could come into play here, that's for sure, and that may be a saving grace for the 54, because earlier in the race he said he doesn't feel like he has anything for the 20, but fuel mileage could be the equalizer. Meanwhile, Ty Dillon, just in his tire tracks behind him, feels like he's got a pretty good race car, although not as good as he thought pre-race. He figured he'd be inside the top 5 throughout the course of the day. He's been inside the top 10, but not exactly where he wants to run. He's been a little bit too tight. He's able to keep it down on the bottom groove, but he'd like to run a little bit higher. Meanwhile, Elliott Sadler, well, that's a work in progress as well. Early in the day, his splitter was on the racetrack. They made some adjustments, and as the splitter has gotten off the racetrack, he's been a little bit more comfortable with the race car. He feels like he's got good speed, and the drivability just needs a little bit more work to be a little bit more secure. Kelly?
Regan Smith in that 7 car is 3rd in the championship standings, 34 points back, but he's not counting himself out. He said the reality is we still control our own fate if we win these last 4 races, but right now, he's really struggling with that car. He said, I'm just way too loose and wearing out the right rear too soon. He told his crew chief, Jason Burnett, I hope you have a plan for me. Dave?
Kelly, the 33 of Austin Dillon, resumed the race 5th, and when I saw him back outside the top 10, I asked the crew, what's going on? They said the car is loose. Well, that's been the case all day, so I said, how many O's do I use to spell loose? They said 4 would be about right. Marty?
Dave, Brendan Gaughan has finished top 10 in 4 of his last 5 races. If he's going to do it today, that's an impressive feat. As we mentioned, started at the back of the field today. The car really tight right now. He said this set of tires just doesn't seem to agree with the setup they have underneath the car, and he's waiting for that high line to come back in. Right now, just doesn't seem to be working for him, so he has to run low where he doesn't want to be, Dave.
Marty, after that lengthy time on pit road to fix the 9 car, it's still having some of the same issue as reported by the driver. He said it is a little bit better, but I'm having the same issue. They're going to have to work on it a little bit more. We're sure that Ernie Cope has a plan.
Dave back in 15th is Brendan Poole, and Mike Shipwood is crew chief. And this is final race for Brendan Poole this season. When I asked Mike about him, he said, you know, he's more aggressive, especially when he's around other cars. But what he's learned this year is he's learned when to be aggressive and when to save his car. Very important for a young rookie to learn that. He's trying to run that high line right now, a little bit loose into turn 3. Has been what he's been struggling with the entire day, Lee.
Thanks, Marty. Great through the field to bring us up to date on the top 15 or so. And there is an interesting point to note. The driver leading the most laps has failed to win in 12 of 14 races at Kansas. Of course, Matt Kenseth has led 112 laps so far. There's been 0 lead changes. It's been a Kenseth kind of day. With 84 laps remaining here at Kansas Speedway, we see the 5th caution of the day. Cale Conley, for the 2nd time in this race, is the cause. This is what happened to the driver of the 14. Look over far right of your screen, and it's almost in exactly the same position where he did the first time.
Yeah, it is. And you're not sure, you know, with having damage on the car, you don't know if maybe he cut something, tire rubbing or something. You just don't know, but obviously got in the wall again.
How about this? Title rivals. Chris Buescher on the left, Regan Smith on the right. Ray?
Yeah, Regan giving him a little help down the straightaway there. We didn't see Chris Buescher pass him, and we see Regan really up top, almost getting the wall there.
That was kind of Brian Scott style. Good save. And action on pit road. We start with Mike Massaro. Take it away, Mike.
And we'll talk about Brian Scott. He's been saying the car's been getting freer and freer as the run went on. They're going to try to tighten him up with an air pressure adjustment. Also, they contemplated doing 2 tires. They're going to do 4 and a wedge adjustment on Brian Scott. Kelly.
Chris Buescher said he needs a little bit of help on his corner exit this run. They gave him 4 tires last time. It'll be 4 Goodyear tires again this time. No adjustments for the 60. Daniel Suarez, the 18, said he's a little tight in the middle, but loose on rising compression for Daniel Suarez. And the leader, Matt Kenseth, just said he was lacking a little bit of the overall grip that he had on the previous run. It was 4 Goodyear tires for the 20 of Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, he took 4 and lost 3 positions. Kyle Busch only took 2 and jumped 6. The 54 to the front. Tonight in South Bend, the 5-1 Notre Dame hosts 3-2 USC. The Irish got back on track with a win over Navy last week, but the Trojans are reeling after a loss at home against Washington and the dismissal of their head coach. It's USC Notre Dame. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN and then switch over at 7:30 to NBC. Big night ahead. So, as we welcome you back, coming toward the end of the 5th caution of the day, I want to take you inside the 54 team.
Nobody can make it from here, right?
Oh, no one can make it from here, but we're set up for the opposite of what we just did.
I'm following. Yep.
We're all about we need to get to about 140, 141-ish at the earliest to make it right there, and we're on.
And we're all set up to do the opposite of what we just did, Ray. Tell us more about that.
Well, what they want to do, they put 2 tires on to get that position, but I think they're going to have to put the lefts on so that next time, what he's saying, the next time they pit, they're going to put 4 on, and I think they'll be good to go to the end.
Or the next time they pit, they put just lefts on. They'll just do lefts. If they put 4 on, the rest of the field is probably going to do 2. So I think he's thinking about maybe just putting left sides on. We'll see. But, you know, big change in strategy here. We've seen Matt Kenseth pick the inside every single time on the restarts. Now, Kyle Busch, first time on the front row, he's picked the outside. Let's see how that works out.
And Suarez down low. Keep an eye on that 18 car.
I was going to say, but Matt Kenseth is behind him. I think he's picking it to get a push from his teammate.
Ready to go as they enter the restart zone. 5th caution over. Let's go back racing here in Kansas. Brian Scott, look at him shuffling. Look at Buescher on the inside as well. Suarez as Kenseth pushes the 54 of Kyle Busch. Brian Scott goes down low. Here comes Ty Dillon in the 3 as well, and Buescher on the low side. 3 wide, exiting 2 down the back stretch. Here comes the championship leader.
Can he make it work on the bottom? If he cannot clear these guys, he'd make it really, really slow down, and they could get by him on the outside, but he did clear him. Nice work.
Title contenders at the front of this pack. Ty Dillon, Chris Buescher.
It's taken lap 122 to get the track position that he lost early in the race. So that shows you how important track position is. Now Kyle Busch, he got his back by doing 2 tires, but we don't know how that's going to jeopardize him on his next stop. Will he have to do 4, and everybody else in the field can do 2?
A strong day too, Ray, for the 2 team. Brian Scott running well, sits 2nd.
Yeah, this is a young man. We've seen him fast in practice. We actually saw him fast in the Cup practices. You know, looking for that win. He had 4 runner-up finishes. I think he's showing some strength right now.
Buescher on Kenseth. Check another one off the list. Chris said right from the start of the weekend.
It's not over yet. The fight's not over yet.
We've got a good car.
Kenseth back on the outside. Man, you can't count Kenseth out that quick.
This is good. This is setting up for a thriller with 77 to go. And this could be a massive day for Chris Buescher with just 3 races left after this.
And Brian Scott trying to get that first win. You know, I think the first win is always the hardest. If he can find a way to get a win, I think more are coming, you know, get that pressure off. He's done everything but win. We've seen him dominate some races and not be able to win them. He's in position again today. Let's see if he can pull it off.
So a lap ago, we saw Kenseth slingshot style off that high line, Kevin Harvick style. Who's quickest at the line? Kyle Busch, the fastest of that lead pack. You may have noticed that graphic a little earlier, a couple of minutes ago as well. Kyle is the last driver to have been penalised for speeding on pit road and then go on to win that race. That was a couple of years ago in Phoenix. Could he do it again today after getting caught for speeding on pit road on lap 82?
I'm interested to see how strong the 20 car is now that he doesn't have all the clean air. The clean air is really important. You know, it's like being in a boat. You know, when you're out in your lead boat, then you're behind another boat, the wake. But imagine you're behind 3 or 4 boats. That water gets more and more turbulent and slows. You know, puts a lot of drag on your boat, and that's exactly what happens with these race cars. It not only affects the handling, it just the changes in air pressure actually slows the car down.
In the background, Logano, Suarez, Harvick. 3 of those guys having a good scrap.
See Matt trying to take the shortest way around the front straightaway, going all the way on the apron. That's just making the front straightaway shorter, trying to gain ground on the 2 car. And what's so difficult too, when you haven't been behind other cars, you've been in the lead all day, you don't know how your car drives behind other cars. So when you came in to make that pit stop, you did not make the correct adjustment. You didn't know what to tell your team. You didn't know you were going to have a bad pit stop. All your adjustments, everything you're doing is based on the way your car drove when you were in front of the pack. Now you're behind the pack. Your car drives completely different. You didn't make a change for this situation.
Kyle Busch has now led 10 laps in this race. Can he go all the way as we go NASCAR non-stop? As we welcome you back to Kansas Speedway, yes, another caution, number 6 on the day. Let's take a look at the Toyota driver update. Looks pretty good. Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, 1-2, representing Toyota. As we run at a slower speed. Hey, Mike, let's talk more about the 54.
Yeah, Leon, we were talking a little bit about their previous pit stop and how they'd made a 2-tire change. Well, just to clarify, it was a left side tire change. So they changed rubber on that side. They also added some wedge on the left side as well, just trying to get him a little bit better turn in the corner.
So the left side change does make it possible so when they pit the next time, they're only going to do right side. So that was the strategy as we see Kevin Harvick on pit road. Marty?
No tires here for Kevin Harvick. He said the car feels like it's been getting worse every run. They went down 3 rounds on the track bar earlier to tighten up the car. That didn't work. This time they put 3.5 rounds in the left rear. That didn't help, so they took that out and adjusting with air pressure now. Dave?
Marty, another long adjustment for Chase Elliott on that left front. Still not happy with it tight, especially in traffic. Kelly?
Regan Smith says that his car has been incredibly loose, but this was a fuel-only stop for the 7.
Been an interesting afternoon, to say the least, here in Kansas. NASCAR has just added another lap to this caution period as we welcome you back. NASCAR Racing Live here on your home of motorsport, NBCSN. Lee Diffie, Jeff Burton, Ray Evernham with you. Jeff, what do you make of strategy? 67 to go. Some came to pit road during this caution, some did not. The first in the order of those who did come was Regan Smith in the 7. He's down in 16th place, but the top guys did not come.
Well, there was really no reason for these guys to come. Tires are not helping with speed, so they could not, if they pitted now and put fuel in, they couldn't go to the end with no more stops. So there's no need to give up your track position and pit, because you're going to have to pit again anyway, especially with no advantage of tires. Now, there was a different scenario with some guys further back in the pack.
Right, those guys pitted, they've got nothing to lose. If this race stays green, it's all about the least amount of time on pit road, and because they pitted, filled up, they're about 10 laps short, 2 or 3 gallons. That's 2 or 3 seconds of time on pit road, where the other guys may have to put at least a full can or so in and be on pit road 9 or 10 seconds.
And the two guys that most likely should be able to take advantage of that situation, the 7 of Smith and the 88 of Harvick, they're the two best cars that did pit and do 4 tires.
You heard Jeff and Ray talking about where the leader has chosen to be on restarts. Well, again, Kyle Busch has chosen the outside, but have a look here. What happens to the guys on the inside? Now, this was the start of the race, and didn't work out so well for Chris Buescher, but to your point, Ray, it was because the 7 of Regan Smith jumped out. There was no assist there. There was no push. You have a look here where Kyle Busch chooses the outside line, Suarez on the inside. Kyle got a push by Kenseth. Again, it didn't work out for that inside man. Now it's going to be interesting with Kenseth and Busch side by side.
Yeah, it really is. And let's clear something up. The 88 was on pit road, so I just assumed they would have put tires on if they pitted anyway, but they didn't put tires on. They just did fuel. Really confused why, if you were going to pit and give up track position, you wouldn't have gone ahead and put on 4 tires.
Let's have a look which lane is going to be the best one here. Kyle Busch sees the green first. Let's go. Back racing. Behind him, Chris Buescher, championship leader. Kenseth, who has led 117 laps of this race, puts the 20 in front again.
Kyle Busch didn't get any help from the back with Buescher. That's why Kenseth was able to beat him into turn 1. It's just Buescher was not pushing Kyle Busch getting into turn 1. He is now, though.
In excess of 190 miles an hour. Back to full speed, back to racing. Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Brian Scott in the 2, the 60 of Buescher, Joey Logano up on that high side in the 22 in his final Xfinity Series race of the year. 6 is Bubba Wallace, then Daniel Suarez in the 18. The way the day has gone for the 60 of Chris Buescher to be in this position at this stage of the race. Yes, we still have 63 laps to go as Logano gets a little unsettled. And we need to take you back just a couple of moments ago and show you what happened to the 7 of Regan Smith. High, higher, higher. We saw him with a lucky escape and a good save earlier, and it's happened. Whoa! No escape that time. Slapped the wall.
He's been really loose right through the middle of the corner. That's really hard to handle. The first time he got by with it, that time he didn't. Not major damage, but enough damage to certainly affect the way that car is going to drive.
Yeah, and if he's moved that right rear quarter panel and right rear spoiler over to the left, that car is going to continue to be loose.
Brendan Poole in 8th position, good run for him. You could hear how little he was out of the throttle. I mean, that's a lot of throttle through the middle of the corner.
You look to the top of your screen on the graphic. We're updating you as to the amount of stops in the lap that the driver last pitted on. It'll help you with the strategy with 61 to go, how it plays out in the Kansas Lottery 300.
This is Brendan Poole's last race in this car, so you know he's done a nice job this year. He's been clean, hasn't made many mistakes. I think he's been really good in this car. Certainly he'd like to have better results, but for his first year, I think it's been a successful year. He's having a good day on possibly on what appears to be his last day in this car. Marty?
And Jeff, they've had an impressive day as well. Brennan said the car is a little bit loose into turn 3, but that's been his only complaint. And he radioed to Mike Shiplin at the end of that last run while we were under green. He said, Mike, car's best it's been all day long. So a nice, impressive run for this young man. And if he finishes here, it'll be a career best.
You know, and he's under the Chip Ganassi Racing banner. You know, Chip's got a great eye for bringing up young talent, has brought a lot of great guys, not only to this series, but the IndyCar series as well, for sure. So Brendan Poole doing a great job, and I'm sure Chip's watching somewhere thinking, yep, might have another one here.
Back up front, things are tightening up between Kyle Busch and Matt Kenseth. The only two to lead a lap in this race. 117 for Kenseth. It's about to be 25 for Kyle Busch. Time to go, NASCAR non-stop. Back at Kansas, and yes, back under caution for the 7th time today. And this is what happened between the 90 and the 10. As you can see, it looks pretty ugly. Corbin Forrester, Jennifer Jo Cobb. Watch this. You were talking about closing speeds before.
Yeah, she had some sort of a problem. It looked like leaving the corner and just got really, really slow. And he just could not get slowed down. Here you go, right here. Oh, yeah, just had a tire problem or something. Like a tire went down, went up, hit the wall. Something happened. She got really slow, and he just, obviously, he couldn't avoid it. He didn't do anything wrong.
And look, that happened right in front of race leader Kyle Busch.
Oh, he did hit.
Yeah.
They brought the field down pit road so that they could, you know, safely go around the rescue workers so they didn't have to bring everybody near those guys. So they brought them down pit road, but no one was allowed to pit.
So this mess getting cleaned up. We'll be back. 52 laps left to run here in the Kansas Lottery 300. It's race 30 in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and we're under our 7th caution of the day. Let's talk more about race leader Kyle Busch and his strategy as we approach this final quarter of the race. Mike Massaro?
Well, it's not so much strategy as it is a repair they'll have to make on pit road. You saw him hit that piece of debris. It punched a hole in part of the bodywork near the brake ducting, okay? So they're going to need to patch that when they come down pit road. Chris Gale doesn't think it's anything too serious, but they do have the crash tape out here. They're building a patch on pit road, ready to go to work, and obviously they don't want to take too much time in doing it, but you can see the damage right there on that car, just on the right front corner of that race car. They're going to have to mend that hole and hope it's just as fast as it was before.
And let's listen to some radio from within the 54.
All right, we do have a small hole in the brake duct area on the right side. We're going to try to just throw a patch of tape on that at the same time that we do tires.
So an added dimension to the next stop, to the upcoming stop for Kyle Busch and the 54 team.
So what's the strategy for all these guys? You know, now we talked about Harvick not putting on 4 tires to stop before. He was on pit road anyway. There was no harm in not doing 4 tires. Had he done 4, the only thing he would do this next stop is just fill with fuel, and he wouldn't take much fuel because he was on pit road on lap 131, or lap 132 rather. So not doing those 4 tires, it'll be interesting to see what strategy they use, but quite possibly he could have come out with really close to the lead had they done 4 tires before.
It looks like Chase Elliott may be able to gain some spots because he came in the same time Harvick did, but he did put on 2 tires. And as far as Kyle Busch's car, that little hole in the nose would definitely slow that car down out front at a place like this. Very critical right there.
Let's take you back and show you exactly what the cause was for the problem on the 54, and it was just an unfortunate incident because he was just the wrong time, wrong place.
It's actually what happened was they saw the damage, but as he comes down pit road, watch him swerve. What he's doing, he's turning left so he gets closer to his pit crew so they can get a better view of the damage. So any opportunity you have to give those guys a really good view of the damage, it enables them to better repair the car. So smart move by Kyle.
You know, as big as that hole is, Jeff, they may have to not just use tape. It may take a little bit something stronger. They might have to put a piece of sheet metal over top of that and then put tape, and that could take a little bit longer, cost them a few spots on pit road.
And Ray, that's exactly what they've done. They built a patch and it has sheet metal in it, tape behind the crash tape, so they're prepared to do that.
Yeah, and the big advantage that they have is that this caution has been a long time. They haven't opened pit road, so they've been able to look at the hole. They've been able to build something. Look, what they're doing is this is a nose that's on the pit cart. They're making it fit that nose, so they're using that nose sort of as a template, so they then can go apply it to the car. So they were able to make something, and lucky for them, they had the time to do it. This wreck where it happened on the front straightaway, pit road not being open, that's given them time to build this patch to the best they can possibly build it.
Can you imagine if he can drive to victory in this race? A speeding penalty on lap 82, damage to the front of the car. The team do this miracle fix. Wouldn't that be a story for Kyle Busch? The chase for the Sprint Cup continues tomorrow. Live coverage starts at 1 p.m. Eastern with NASCAR America on NBCSN, followed at 1:30 p.m. with race coverage over on NBC. Who will move through to the next round? Of course, the phrase sleeping easier in reference to Joey Logano because of his victory last week. So tension builds. Fascinating. Speaking of tension, there's plenty of it here at Kansas Speedway. Ready to pit now. And Mike Massaro. This is going to be fascinating, particularly with the 54.
Not only did they need to tighten that race car up because it was very loose on that run, they also need to make that repair. And you can see the team over the wall. They take a look at the hole in the nose of the car. They're going to make that repair. Now, right sides only for the 54 because they did left sides last time. Meanwhile, the 2 car also making a 2-tire change. They're away. Kelly.
Chris Buescher running in the top 5. He said he's still tight across the middle. They're making a track bar adjustment, and it is 2 tires. It's Sunoco fuel for the 60, and Matt Kenseth said he's a little bit free, but it's coming in right side only for the 20.
Well, for the day where he just saw consecutive pit stops of losing a ton of positions, Kevin Harvick has made 6 back as we go NASCAR non-stop. .47 laps left to run here at Kansas Speedway. As we're getting ready to go back to green shortly, we need to tell you and show you something that involves championship leader Chris Buescher. Coming to the crash zone between Jennifer Jo Cobb and Corbin Forrester. Watch this. Daniel Suarez just checks up enough for Chris Buescher to collect him in that right rear quarter panel. And look at the 18 machine, Daniel Suarez. That wasn't addressed on the last stop. We also need to talk about Regan Smith, Kelly.
He looked so strong in the early goings of this race, but now he's really been struggling with the handling on the 7 car, and it sounds like they're running out of ideas.
Jason, just a little bit of tug on the fenders, Regan. I know you're going to think I'm crazy, man, but it's not as bad as what you think there again. I don't know how to fix it, Jason. I am out of control, and I can't predict when it's going to do it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm spinning out entry, I'm spinning out middle, I'm spinning out exit. I can't touch the steering wheel, and I don't know why I'm spinning out.
Regan says he was out of control. Well, to make matters worse on pit road just now, they're going to be penalized for an uncontrolled tire.
Oh boy. Remember that Regan is one of our 4 championship contenders for this year's Xfinity title. It has been a hurtful afternoon, that's for sure. Ty Dillon, on the other hand, is the only championship contender without an issue today. Remember, Chris Buescher got caught for speeding, then he's had that collision with Suarez. The 9 of Chase Elliott was forced to go to a backup car, and we just documented their Regan Smith's challenges. So it's been a smooth day for the 3. We'll see what kind of a result he can come up with. But when the checkered flag falls, there's going to be another lap here behind the pace car.
And as we see, Matt Kenseth has chosen the inside now, again this time because his teammate Daniel Suarez is right behind him. I firmly believe he needs that push to get that car going.
That certainly appears to be the most important part, is the guy behind you. If he's going to push you, then whatever line you're in, it's good. Now, I will say this. If both lines get the same amount of help and they enter turn 1 side by side, I want to be on the outside. I think the outside will choke the guy down on the bottom and enable you to roll around. The guy I'm going to be watching, though, Kyle Busch, was leading this race, came in, they had to fix that. Even though they had that much time to prepare, they still had to fix it. Lost a lot of spots on pit road, so he's going to restart, nowhere near the front. He's restarting in 7th, so he has a lot of work to do.
You heard Kelly mention about the penalty for an uncontrolled tire on the 7. Watch it here. Look at the rear, and there it goes. And outside the box. Let's talk more about the 2 of Brian Scott.
Well, Lee, we saw the debris that Kyle Busch ran into on the racetrack, but he wasn't the only one. Brian Scott also hit some debris, and it actually attached to his car. This piece of sheet metal was actually affixed to his splitter. You can almost see where it was bent around it. They obviously took it off the splitter that time down pit road, but that was a good move there for Brian Scott and the 2 team.
Ready to go back racing. And 3 of the top 5 that we have right here, right now, have never won a NASCAR Xfinity Series race. A lot on the line, not only the championship, but this race in particular. Matt Kenseth on that low side. Does Suarez in the 18 give him a little bit of a helping hand? Yes, he does. Look out for the 88 of Kevin Harvick as well. Inside Suarez already.
This is where I worry a little bit about Buescher not being aggressive enough. He needs to get up there and push the guy in front of him. Not doing that has cost him a lot of spots. I know we heard, earlier things, Jack Brown saying, hey, don't be so aggressive. But listen, if you're not aggressive enough, they can harm you. You got to do what you got to do to get through this race and get the best possible finish. You've got to get up there and push.
Well, aggressive hook. Who's at his second spot? Oh my God! 1 lap.
7th to 2nd in 1 lap. Could be the 54 with the drive of the day, but let's not forget about Brendan Gaughan either. Gaughan started at the back of the pack with Chase Elliott and now runs in 10th place in the 62. Terrific drive from Brendan Gaughan today. .42 to go. Only 2 drivers have led a lap in this race. 125 laps to the 20 of Matt Kenseth. 34 laps led by Kyle Busch.
And we watch Darrell Wallace doing a great job. Remember, that's a backup car because he crashed his initial car in practice and has come out and also had a pit road speeding penalty and has come from the back and now running comfortably in the top 10.
So we told you about Kyle Busch's dynamic drive from 7th to 2nd in 1 lap. Let's relive it. 4 back on the inside line.
See how much better of a run the whole entire inside line gets. Kyle gets aggressive, kind of gets in the middle of the racetrack, catches the 2 cars in front of him, which are side by side. That slows their momentum down. He decides to push his teammate Suarez, pushes him, gets to him, turns left, and now he's gone.
That wasn't even a full lap.
40 laps to go here at Kansas Speedway.
I talked about Buescher needing to be more aggressive. I will say, he is running fifth. And he has everybody he's racing for in points. They're all behind him. So
he's doing all he needs to do, right?
The position he's in, he's doing the right thing. I just get really nervous when you get so passive and you're not aggressive enough that you get yourself back in the pack. Put yourself in a position where you can get in that wreck. I'd rather see him be a little more aggressive on these restarts and try to get a little bit further ahead of the hornet's nest that happens when you get in the back.
Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick. One of 11 drivers doing the double this weekend. And of course, life is a lot more comfortable for Joey Logano as far as his Sprint Cup season is concerned after victory last weekend. And Harvick mentioned yesterday too, after having some additional challenges with his Sprint Cup car yesterday, that to jump into the Xfinity car and just kind of forget what was going on the Cup side brought great relief.
Yeah, it did. I'm sure he would have preferred the Xfinity car be a little bit better. They struggled a little bit, but even in that struggle, it takes your mind off of the Cup car, allows you to focus on the Xfinity car. But he hasn't run nearly as well as we thought we would run, but neither is Joey Logano. Joey Logano, you would have thought coming into this race would be contending for this win. He just had, neither one of these cars have really shown winning speed today.
One car that has is the 20 of Matt Kenseth. However, he's got his eyes on the 54. Let's have a listen.
54, single file out the back now. Could he possibly get up there without jumping the third?
What did Matt say? How did he get up there without jumping the start?
It was pretty impressive, Matt. You'll have to watch it when you get home.
But what's interesting is that he knew where he was starting. Everybody knows if you're going to win an Xfinity race, you're going to have to beat Kyle Busch. So he knew where he was. He knew what row he was starting in. He knew how much spots he had gained. That's how much the drivers watch Kyle Busch in these Xfinity races.
Seeing Joey Logano start to move forward again. This car was up front earlier in the race and then kind of disappeared for a while. Seems like they've made the right adjustments and it's coming forward again. But pretty surprised that has not been able to maintain that top 3 status.
Dave, what do you got on the 22?
Here's a little more explanation for Ray. It was really bad. It was so loose. Joey had so many complaints about it. He said, we need to take something like a big swing at this race car next time down pit road. So last time they popped a spring rubber into the left rear. They took wedge out of the right rear, or down on the wedge in the right rear, and he's moved up 5 positions since the resumption of the race. Marty?
Dave, kind of the same story for Kevin Harvick right behind him. They made consecutive adjustments that didn't make that 88 car any better. You see left-hand side of your screen, Ty Dillon going around Chris Buescher. That's championship implications in the battle for 5th. This is the battle for 7th on the right-hand side. Harvick's car has been loose all day long, but finally, the last 2 adjustments made the car better. And Jeff Burton, nobody's worked harder on that high line today than Kevin Harvick. He worked it early in the race. He's trying to work it on almost every run that he can. There's a little ulterior motive there, isn't there, for you drivers? You want to widen out that high line today, don't you, to make it better for tomorrow's race?
Marty, you don't think someone would do that, do you?
I'm sure it would happen, wouldn't it? It'll make tomorrow's race better. We're all for it.
You may have noticed Ty Dillon slipping by Chris Buescher there. Title contenders. It puts Ty up into 3rd, provisionally in the championship, but life's still pretty comfortable for Chris Buescher as we go NASCAR non-stop. back at Kansas Speedway, racing to the end, 27 laps to go. You know, there's a handful of cars in this year's Xfinity Series that are driven by, you know, if you want to call it a revolving door of different drivers. The 20 and the 54, case in point. But of the cars that have multiple drivers and multiple lines, as the 54 of Kyle Busch goes to the inside, no car has seen more drivers than the 20. 8 different people have driven this car this year. David Reagan has driven it. Ross Kenseth has driven it. Matt Tifft.
Fun to watch.
And Eric Jones, the list goes on. And of course, Matt Kenseth behind the wheel right now. This is a great scrap.
Matt Kenseth has gotten loose. You see him in the middle of the corner. You see him chase a race car up the racetrack. And while he's done that, Kyle has picked up the top line in 1 and 2 and has carried a tremendous amount of momentum onto the front straightaway. I don't know if Matt's going to be able to hold Kyle off here.
How about holding Ty Dillon off? He's only 5 seconds behind these guys as Kenseth goes high.
Kenseth had no choice. He had to go high. Kyle was going to get by him one way or another if he didn't. He had to try to do something different. When he did it, it just didn't work, though. Fight's not over, though. Let's see if he can beat him off turn 2.
24 laps left to run. The two guys who have dominated this race, fighting for the win.
This is where the problem is for Matt. Matt just has not been able to get through 3 and 4 as good as Kyle Busch has. Now Matt's gone back to the bottom or the middle of the racetrack. He's got to go around the lap car, but this has been the problem.
Yeah, and as you watch, as Kyle tries to go under him, he came down and got that side draft off him, slowed him down just a little bit so he could hold him off.
Two drivers who had a pretty ugly weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway on the Sprint Cup side of things last weekend. Their backs are up against the wall as far as the chase is concerned. But here they are scrapping it out for the victory in the Kansas Lottery 300. 23 laps to go.
I think Kyle's strategy is to try to run with him in turns 1 and 2 and then beat him in turns 3 and 4. He run the high line here. Let's see if he can beat him down the front straightaway.
Slashing a full second off these two is Ty Dillon back in 5th place. Took 4 tires on the last and final stop, or what we feel will be, with 22 to go. And he is starting to reel them in, big picture-wise.
And he got in front of Chris Buescher. Obviously, that's the biggest thing he can do. The more spots he can gain between Chris and himself, the better. Matt got held up by that lap car. Kyle's going to clear him because of the lap car.
Slingshot around David Starr.
Oh, not yet, not yet.
This Highline Ray has worked really well, not only for Harvick, but for Kenseth as well.
Well, Jeff talked about that momentum, and that momentum is what really gave Matt Kenseth the mile per hour to get back past Kyle Busch.
Kyle passing that slow car on the bottom. He had to enter turn 3 and really messed up his angle getting into the corner. So to carry the speed he needed to, he drove in the corner way too deep, went up the racetrack. Matt was able to get back by him.
Ty Dillon now 3.5 seconds back. It was more than 5. We're going to keep a watchful eye on the 3. Check this out. Replay of the incident with David Starr.
Yeah, the 20 had to check up to quit from running the back of David Starr. The 54 got a big run, but look at the angle. Look how low he is entering the corner. So he wasn't able to approach the corner the way he wanted to. That enabled Matt to just roll right around the outside and get back in front of him.
20 laps left. What a thriller. And with another lap complete, we want to show you speeds. Who's got it? Who's the best? 1, 2, 3, Kenseth, Busch, and Ty Dillon. What's that gap? 3.6, so it's leveled out. However, Ty's in a little bit of traffic. He's still got time on his side.
What's going on here? It took Matt Kenseth a few laps to learn what he needed to do to make the outside work. The first time he went up there, it did not work at all. That time, again, he got loose in the middle of the corner, chased it up the racetrack, and gave Kyle an opportunity to get underneath him. Matt's trying to get to his quarter pounder to slow that momentum down. He did a great job of doing it. Laid his left front on his right rear, slowed it down, and that enabled Matt to go back around him. So smart move by Matt Kenseth to avoid the pass by the 54 Kyle Busch.
And that's a veteran move. When you guys know this, when you get on somebody's quarter pounder like that, it packs air in that rear wheel opening you were talking about, and it actually works like a parachute and slows that car down.
And Matt went back to the bottom. The top didn't work for him that last lap, and that's been the problem. 3 and 4 has been the problem. Matt's going to have to keep moving around. If Kyle can enter close to him in turn 3 and use that outside, it's going to be hard for Matt to hold him off.
As you saw on the right-hand side, another position gain for Ty Dillon. The RCR driver is now up to 4th. However, time-wise, in relation to the leader of the race, Matt Kenseth, he's lost a few tenths of a second. So not much in it.
So now Matt's gone back up to the top. Tough decisions for a driver to know what to do. I think, Matt, if he can use that outside and it works for him, that's the way to go, because the minute you go to the bottom, Kyle's going to go to the top, and he's going to use that momentum against you.
I just love that radio reaction, Ray, earlier from Kenseth. How did he get up here without jumping the start? What? He had to look twice in the mirror. Look at this. Side by side down the backstretch. The battle between Busch and Kenseth is relentless.
Kyle's got to get him cleared, and he's got him cleared.
And that's what Kyle needed. Kyle needed to be able to exit turn 2 close to Matt. If he ever could do that, I felt like he was going to get by him, because he's just so much better in 3 and 4 than Matt is.
Now Kyle's coming on the traffic. It might present an opportunity for Matt to get him back.
These guys
laps left.
These guys are having a great time. We talked about it earlier in the race. They're not racing for points. I know some of these cars are running for Owners' Championship, but these guys are just having a great time racing against each other. 2 of the best in racing in general, going at it head-to-head. That is a great time.
What a day for Kenseth. 148 laps led on the day for Kyle, 38.
Kyle's car looks like it might be a little bit loose out front. It might have been a little bit tighter behind Matt. Now out front, he seems to be a little loose in the middle.
Look at this mess they're catching.
Jeremy Clements, Eric McClure stays high. Landon Castle in the 01.
Which line do you pick? Exactly. Where do you know to go?
And they make their intentions very clear and very straightforward. 13 laps now left.
I really thought that Busch, when he got in front of Kenseth, would just drive away from him, but he hasn't been able to do it. Matt's running in the middle of the racetrack now. I'm not so sure that's going to work, but we'll see. It seems like either the top or the bottom is normally the best here, but it seemed to work pretty well for him.
Seeing how many laps, though, it took Busch to get past Kenseth. I mean, 12 to go. You favoring one over the other here? You got a feel? I mean, it's...
Like I said, I was surprised Matt's been able to keep up. I thought as good as the 54 Kyle Busch was in 3 and 4, I thought he would just drive by it away from Matt if he ever got in front of him.
Well, if Matt's car was a little bit loose, being behind now, it'd tighten it back up and allow that right front tire to build a little bit of pressure and make the car better. And as we said, if he can get closer to the back of the 54, he can loosen him up.
Bubba Wallace in the 6 as he fights Austin Dillon for a top 10 spot. Driving the backup car and driving ill. Suffering from a pretty nasty head cold is Bubba Wallace, so a top 10 might make him feel a little better. Not one of the Xfinity Series Championship contenders. The lead contender is Ty Dillon, who runs 4th behind Daniel Suarez. Championship leader Chris Buescher is back in 6th. Marty, tell us more about the 6.
Well, you mentioned his sickness. He's really been battling that, but hasn't said much about it behind the wheel. He's right here in 3 and 4. That's where Bubba Wallace is struggling the most. His car's a little bit too tight. But in 1 and 2, he says it's almost perfect. He can keep it almost wide open all the way through 1 and 2. See if he can hang on to that spot. Nice little battle here going on.
10 to go, Marty. 10 laps left here at Kansas Speedway, and the 3 of Ty Dillon has caught up to Daniel Suarez. This is for a top 3 result. Really strong closing stanza from Dillon. And as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the only championship contender without some kind of blemish on his race today. It's been a smooth run for the 3 as he draws alongside Daniel Suarez. This young man putting on a really strong performance, and I can't help but think, Jeff, if it didn't go down the way it did at Dover with that cut tire and the big slam into the wall, where might he be in this championship picture? Certainly applying more pressure than he is at the moment to Chris Buescher.
Listen, this race isn't over. He may have the fastest car on the racetrack, so if we were to get a caution, nobody's going to pit. Everybody's going to stay out. So Ty Dillon still, if we get a caution, he's in this race to win it.
8 to go, and a little more distance between the 54 of Kyle Busch and the 20 of Matt Kenseth. And let's not lose sight of the fact that Kyle had that pit road violation, speeding on pit road, came back from that. Yes, 7 cautions helped get him back into the mix, but what an amazing performance.
If he goes on and wins this race, it's because of the restart that he had. That great restart put him in position to come out of turn 2 in second. And that enabled him then to be right with the leader. If he didn't have that good of a restart, he would have spent so much time getting back to second. Matt Kenseth would be gone. So that restart put him in position to win this race.
Hence Matt's reaction.
We've seen this so many times. I talked about it early in the race where, you know, we think that Kyle Busch dominates all these races and he leads a tremendous amount of laps. But you just can never count these guys out, even when they get behind.
Yellow's out. Have a blow up on the bump.
Caution. Wow, Brennan Poole. Pardon me, the 52, I should say. Pardon me, Joey Gaze. Joey Gaze brings out the 8th caution of the day. What were you just saying, Jeff Burton? About Ty Dillon?
Yeah.
Maybe another caution?
We're getting ready to find out.
This race isn't over.
Motor or gear or transmission went, I don't know.
And, you know, I wonder right now if Chris Buescher would have just assumed this race go on. You know, he looked like he was going to have a 6th place finish. Not great, but a good finish. Solid and lost ground to Ty Dillon, but Todd's pretty far back. He probably was pretty okay with the race ending this caution. We'll see how he ends up coming out. He's 6th. When the race is over, let's look and see if this helps him or hurts him.
Right, well, he's not been strong on these restarts, so he's facing a critical restart right now.
And this is where he's got to get aggressive. You cannot be passive in these situations. You have to get aggressive. It's a fine line. Too aggressive, you get yourself or someone else in a wreck. But at the same time, if you don't run hard enough, you lose way too many spots.
I'll show you what happened to Joey Gaze.
Let the smoke out.
Yeah.
It's never bad when the smoke gets out.
Is it let go big time?
Never good when the smoke gets out. It's always bad when the smoke comes out.
And I'm wondering now, with Daniel Suarez in 4th, you're Kyle Busch, what line are you going to pick? Do you hope that Daniel Suarez is going to push you, or is Ty Dillon going to push the other guy harder because he wants a shot at the win?
Listen, that's a tough choice because Ty Dillon is an aggressive driver with a tremendous amount to gain. So that's a very difficult decision. I think you're going to go with your teammate. Suarez has done a really good job of pushing all day long, but that puts Ty Dillon pushing Kenseth in that situation. I'm okay with that if I'm Kenseth because I know Ty Dillon's going to be on the gas. Now, he might make it 3 wide.
Right.
That's going to hurt me. But if he'll push me, it's good.
So, you've heard us making a big deal about the Matt Kenseth radio transmission about that restart by Kyle Busch. It's still going on. Have a listen.
Really restart? I thought he was like 12 or something.
He was the bottom of the 4th row.
They must have laid back like crazy. All right, I'll do everything I can here.
10-4. That's all we're going to ask for.
He's still, poor old Matt's still confronted by it. How did Kyle get there so quickly?
You heard him say he must have laid back like crazy, meaning he laid way back and they got to run on the straight.
But
that's really not where it happened. It all happened in the corner.
You know, pushed to the inside, then got to the outside, pinned Kevin Harvick down. Had a great run, pushes his teammate ahead, comes back underneath him, and boom, he's right there behind Matt.
Pretty efficient work, you could say.
So what an opportunity. I mean, Ty Dillon, Brian Scott, Suarez, Buescher, all these guys have a chance right now in this restart with just a few laps to go to beat Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth. I mean, you're talking about 2 of the best in the Cup Series, not just in the Xfinity Series, but in the Cup Series. This is an opportunity to take the fight to those guys and take the win away from them.
And I think that the reaction, you know, that decision's going to come based more on the 2nd and 3rd row. Not what happens in the 1st row, but the 2nd and 3rd row. Who they push, how hard they push.
It is interesting how, especially in these Xfinity cars, they don't have a tremendous amount of horsepower. The car in the car in the 2nd row dictates how the restart happens. I mean, it's amazing. We really don't think about that much in the past of racing, but in current racing, that 2nd row, that's going to help determine who wins this race.
What's the championship picture look like? You can see the green and yellow Ford Mustang there of Chris Buescher. So he would extend it again from 26 points coming into this race to 35 over Chase Elliott and Ty Dillon.
When this caution came out, Elliott was running 15th, so we had a lot of ground made up on Elliott. So Smith was running 11th. So those two guys, he was gaining points on. He was losing to Ty, but Ty is 35 points back. That didn't worry him. So I don't think he wanted to see this caution. Of course, he doesn't get to choose. Now, it is what it is. He's got to go make it work.
Hey, do you think that Kyle Busch is having his guys run down to Daniel Suarez and says, hey, man, remember I helped you out at Charlotte last week? Remember I tested your car? I need a little push.
Just on a very personal story for Ross Chastain, you may notice there above the window slot, it doesn't say Ross Chastain as it regularly does. It says Randy Fox. Randy Fox was a modified driver, very dear friend to Ross Chastain, helped him enormously in his career and on his career path. Unfortunately, passed away suddenly a couple of weeks ago. So this is a dedication to Randy from the Ford team and Ross Chastain. And Ross gets some good news. He is the driver who will receive the waiver round to get on to the back of the lead lap as we get ready for what will be an unbelievable finish to this race.
I'm
8
nervous.
Cautions.
I'm nervous. It's more nerve-wracking up here watching than it is doing it. I don't know why.
I mean, you won this race. You're more nervous than that now?
Well, I put myself in these young drivers' shoes. You have a chance to beat Matt Kenseth, a Cup champion. You have a chance to beat Kyle Busch, the all-time winningest driver in the Xfinity Series. That opportunity is right in front of you. So that's the nerve-wracking. It's a wonderful opportunity, but it's nerve-wracking. I'm just thinking about what they're thinking right now.
Cleanup continues here. What an afternoon we've had. What a day it's going to be tomorrow. Second race in the second round of NASCAR's chase for the Sprint Cup. And tomorrow you can see it from 1:30 Eastern right here from Kansas Speedway. Just a reminder, the reason we said Joey Logano's sleeping well these days is because already he's advanced through to that next round with the win last weekend. It's going to be a more challenging day for the man who might win this race, Kyle Busch, the man who might win this race, Matt Kenseth, for Dale Jr. and also for Ryan Newman. So big day tomorrow.
And Joey Logano is the only one that's safe. There's not, even Kevin Harvick, who's second. If he has a bad day tomorrow, he's in jeopardy going to Talladega. The next race is Talladega. So this race tomorrow is critically important. Mike?
And a very disappointing turn of events for Brian Scott. I've been running inside the top 10 most of the afternoon, but as you can see, limping right now, out of fuel, and will need a push all the way down pit road to fuel up. But obviously had a great run going today that will not be completed.
Oh, no. He was definitely one of the front runners all day long.
So he pitted on lap 152.
Same as everybody else.
Same as everyone
The
else.
majority, I should say.
So the question is,
did they get
had some
full?
cautions.
Right.
Did they get it full? Or is everybody else in trouble?
You know, going around here slow, obviously on the banking that runs the fuel away from the pickup. But that's the question I'd have to be asking right now. Did we get it full on that stop, guys?
Kevin Harvick to pit road to top off and also grab some fresh rubber. How is this going to end? That's the question that we wait to have answered with a green-white checker finish. And the last green-white checker here was back in 2012. Busch ran out of fuel on the last lap. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. went on to win the race, not only the race, but the championship that year.
They should have plenty of fuel. It shouldn't be a problem. I don't think they're worried about it. If they're worried about it, they'd all be riding around on the apron, to make sure the fuel gets picked up. So, they're weaving, they're doing all that. They're on the banking. So I think the 2-car most likely they just didn't get it full on that last stop. And maybe they have a mechanical issue. They could have some sort of a mechanical issue as well.
What a day it's been for the driver of the 54, Kyle Busch. Lap 82, got caught speeding on pit road, penalized for that. That wasn't the end of it. How about this? Bang! Hits debris. Team very cleverly had the time to make a quick patchwork job on the front right of the 54, and then a super restart. 7th to 2nd. As you said, right, in less than one lap.
In less than a lap. An unbelievable restart. Ask Matt Kenseth. He still doesn't believe it.
And this was a seesaw battle. It was terrific between Kenseth and Kyle Busch. And Kyle was not only fast and persistent, he was patient and finally got the 54 to the lead. He's feeling pretty confident, as you're about to hear.
Good job, bud. Hit this restart, man. We'll see you in victory lane. That's what it's about here. Good job overcoming the day.
The team want to see him in victory lane.
And he did choose the outside.
Yeah. Relying on that 18 of Daniel Suarez.
So the winner of this race could be dictated by what the 18 does and by what the 3 does. So we really got to watch on this restart the approach that they take. You know, Ty Dillon's in a tough spot. You want to drive in there and make it 3 wide and try to make something happen, but how do you, then that enables Kyle Busch just to get a big run on the outside. So it's going to be really interesting to see the strategies. Kelly?
Well, I was just climbing the pit box here to talk to Scott Graves, crew chief for Chris Buescher, but he thinks that they're going green this time, so he declined. But what I can tell you is he was asking his driver to be mindful of the fuel during this caution, so even run down on the flat if you need to.
Building to a dramatic finish. A day that's been punctuated by 8 caution periods. We're ready to finish it off here in Kansas, but who will be going to victory lane? For Kyle Busch, if he gets there, it will be his 75th NASCAR Xfinity Series victory. But he doesn't have it just yet. We enter the restart zone. Let's go. Let's finish this one off. The Kansas Lottery 300 back underway.
No pusher, but he gets down in front of Matt Kenseth.
Here comes Logano. Busch is there as well. Ty Dillon on that lower side. He's alongside Logano. Busch leads for this green-white checker finish. You may have noticed center of screen on the restart. Problems with the 33 of Austin Dillon. He ran out of fuel.
Chase Elliott flying through the field. Just went to the outside of Buescher.
Dillon continues to fight with Logano for that 3rd spot, but it's Kyle Busch who looks good. He's got the margin over Matt Kenseth. Kenseth not close enough. Dillon fighting for as many championship points as he can. Busch has dropped back. Chase Elliott's got ahead of the championship leader, or has he? And what a dramatic day at Kansas Speedway that sees Kyle Busch go to victory lane.
Good job, buddy. Way to overcome 2 problems all day and still get it done.
Pit lane speeding violation, damage to the front right of the car were not enough to stop Kyle Busch. 56 laps led to celebrate his 75th series win. Look at that. The numbers are staggering. And that'll put him in a great mood for tomorrow's Sprint Cup race here at Kansas Speedway. What a way to get the win.
He should be good at this by now.
The duel that he had with Matt Kenseth was respectful. It was great, really professional driving. However, for Kenseth, that's now 4 consecutive 2nd place finishes in Xfinity Series competition. For Kyle Busch, he becomes a 3-time winner at Kansas Speedway. And we have to remind ourselves on how the year started for this guy. the injuries, the savage injuries that he experienced at Daytona, to come back, to get himself into the chase for the Sprint Cup, and to continue his winning ways in Xfinity Series competition. Can't wait to hear what he has to say about that scrap with Kenza. Kyle Busch, the winner of the Kansas Lottery 300 in spectacular fashion. Victory Lane coming up. Kyle Busch certainly knows the road to victory lane as he takes it for the 75th time in his Xfinity Series career. Amazing race. And Marty, as you well know, just 3 races left in this championship. Chris Buescher still the man on top.
Well, still on top, and I'm not sure where to start with Chris Buescher's day. Right on the start of the race, you had problems. You had the speeding on pit road. How in the world did you come back to finish 6th today?
We had a fast Mustang. The guys did a good job. I got some things I got to clean up on my end. We try and push the limit on that speed every week, and you know, I'm pretty sure I didn't see red, but you know, it's so close. If it's all the way in the green, you're pushing it anyway. So I got to clean up some things there and make sure I don't have a day like that again on pit road. I made some mistakes, and I got to do better. But guys did an awesome job with this Advocare Mustang. It had speed all day, and you know, really, we didn't need that last caution, obviously. We were rolling pretty good there, right around the top 5 all day, and it was tough. I mean, it was tough to get back to that point, but this thing was fast, so a lot of fun.
Very spirited battle at the end there with Chase Elliott. That was a photo finish at the line.
Yeah, it was tight. I'm not really sure where they came from. Didn't race around them, and you know, there at the end, the 7 and the 9 came rolling in, so it was tight, but I mean, every point counts. I mean, when you take a look at the finish there and realize where the guys were battling points are, one or 2 points a weekend isn't going to cut it for them. So, you know, if we keep knocking down what we are, we're going to be just fine.
Lee, every point critical when you're battling for a championship like Chris Buescher.
Crucial, and a very mature approach to that as well. It's time to go to victory lane, though. Mike Massaro. Mike?
Kyle Busch just getting out of his car in victory lane, a big smile on his face. Confetti flowing, as is the Gatorade. Let's go talk to him. At one point in the race, very early on, Kyle Busch said he had a really good race car, but didn't think he had anything for the 20. How were you able to overcome that?
It looked like Matt was just really loose that last run of the race. So Chris Gale did an awesome job tuning me in and getting my car really, really good that last run. I couldn't ask for it to be any better. You know, I think that our balance overcame them and was able to put us here in victory lane. So can't say enough about everyone from Monster Energy and Toyota. This Toyota Camry was fast today. TRD. Again, I thank the Xfinity bunch of guys for putting on our show that we enjoy on Saturdays, and of course the fans for coming out and supporting us too. So you know, this was a good day for us, and you know, something to kind of build off of, hopefully, and see what we can do tomorrow.
It was awfully fun to watch. Let me tell you, what was it like behind the wheel when you guys were battling for that lead over the last 30-40 laps?
My tongue was hanging out, man. I can't imagine what Matt felt like. You know, he was driving way harder than I was, but man, when you got 2 really good race cars like that, it's you just better bring them home. You know, Joe might get mad at us tearing something up, but you know, he raced me really, really hard. You know, he's on my door down the straightaways, and you know, and through the corner, my car was really good in the middle part of the racetrack. And Matt I can see him. He was trying to move around. He just couldn't really find anything that would tighten up his car enough to, to be able to put the gas down, and I had plenty of that.
You look at the car. You had a great race car, but there was some damage sustained. How much did that affect what you could do with the car?
I was nervous a little bit that how big the hole was and if we could get it repaired and how good the repair would have been. Obviously, Heavy Duty did a great job there and putting it back together for me, getting a good patch on there, and restarting 7th. I was like, man, we just threw it away. I didn't think we were going to be able to come from that far back, but we got a really good restart. The outside lane didn't. I got up to the outside, getting into turn 1 there, and then that was pretty much our race. I just chased down Matt after that, and again, it was just a hard-fought battle there with Matt. I mean, we were really running really hard, and this place is so fast for the Xfinity cars. You're barely out of the gas, if at all any. Those last 2 laps there at the end of the race with that green-white checker finish, I was wide open the whole time. So I was just praying it was going to stick and it was going to be good enough to win.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Kyle Busch picks up his 5th Xfinity Series win of the year. Meanwhile, Kelly Stavast caught up with his teammate.
4 straight runner-up finishes now for Matt Kenseth, which is probably the worst place of all to finish. Sounds like you got a little too loose there at the end, but how about that battle with your teammate, Kyle? You held him off for a while, then what happened?
Yeah, I mean, as frustrating as it is to get beat again when we were out front, kind of like Chicago, and thought we had a better car, still the second best place to finish, I guess. So yeah, it's kind of aggravating we got beat. We just got too free out there in the end. I probably didn't give Wheels good enough information on that 2 tires, and I did everything I could to hold off Kyle, except for Rex. So just couldn't do any more. Did the best I could, but just second was all I could do.
Better or worse to lose to a teammate?
Well, as much as I love Kyle, he's a great teammate, and I'm glad he's had all the success over here. I mean, on TV it gets aggravating watching him win all the time. It's even more aggravating to get beat by him. So I thought we had a shot today with our Reese's Camry. It's probably the last Xfinity race I'll run for a long time, so I was hoping to get the win for him.
Thanks, Matt.
He certainly gave us a thrilling battle. Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, the final results for you. And we need to give a special shout out, not only to Chase Elliott for coming back after starting 40th and having numerous issues, but Ryan Sieg in the 39 for finishing 8th. That's a tremendous result.
Without a doubt, Regan Smith battling back for 5th, Chase Elliott for 7th, but Ryan Sieg, really good run for those guys.
And we see Darrell Wallace coming back, finishing 11th. That backup car had a good, strong run, being sick.
It wasn't Kevin Harvick's day. Remember, he did come in late, very late in the race, but finishes 15th ahead of Austin Dillon, who in the end ran out of fuel. And we know what happened to Jennifer Jo Cobb. She was tangled up in that accident. And with Corbin Forrester, that was the cause of just one of our 8 cautions in the Kansas Lottery 300. So there's your results. Let's have a look at the points. How do they look? From 26 points, the advantage, just 1 point is added to Chris Buescher's total.
And it's about the same as last week, really. And you heard Chris Buescher say 1 or 2 points a week are not going to get it for this guy. He's doing exactly what he says. They just got to keep doing what they're doing. He's got to do it 3 more times this year.
Yeah, the 4 guys that are racing for the points, Ty Dillon, Smith, Buescher, Elliott, they finished 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all right there together.
And as Chris Buescher said, if they just take 1 or 2 from him, it's not going to be enough with only 3 races remaining. I wonder what Chase Elliott thinks about all of it. He spoke with Dave a few moments ago.
7th place for Chase Elliott today after what I would call a rough start. Describe your day for us, Chase.
Yeah, just my mistake completely. We should have never been in that spot there. I made a mistake in qualifying and tore up our car, and I thought it was pretty good, and got us in a hole. And we just got lucky there at the end to end up where we did, but it's completely my fault, and feel bad.
You say lucky, but 4 spots on the restart. You gained some right there at the end.
Yeah, just the outside got on the outside round of gas. I don't know if you guys saw or not, but that was the majority of the spots that I gained. So I like to be honest with myself. It wasn't all me. I didn't do anything special. It just happened. My lane just happened to go.
Top 10 on a tough day for Chase.
Jeff Burton, thoughts on today's race? Big one tomorrow, but today that was an exciting one.
No question. Kyle Busch, you never can count him out. It looked like he wasn't going to win the race because of the problem. You just can't count him out. And again, these 4 guys racing for the championship, they all finished right there together. That's not going to be enough if they're going to beat Buescher.
No, and I can tell you today was all about restarts, including that last restart with Kyle Busch there, made a huge difference. I think we're going to see the same thing tomorrow. Restarts are going to be critical.
Well, we said at the top of the show we were going to expect a lot of cautions and a lot of loose, free race cars. Maybe not as many as we thought, but it was still a pretty interesting race.
It was a good race. There's a lot of stuff you never knew it was going to win until right to the very end. So, very exciting race.
There you have it. Kyle Busch, career win number 75, and gives him a nice boost for tomorrow as well. On the other side of the break, Notre Dame pregame coming your way. The NASCAR playoffs continue tomorrow live from Kansas Speedway. NASCAR America is on NBCSN at 1 p.m. Eastern with race coverage starting at NBC at 1:30. Interesting day here today at Kansas Speedway. Kyle Busch, the winner of the Kansas Lottery 300, 75th career win, and he really had to fight hard for it. That theme will continue. It's going to be an interesting and exciting night ahead. Coming up now on NBCSN, it's the Notre Dame pregame report with Jonathan Vilma, Hines Ward, and Liam McHugh.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.